And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 13, episode 9. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. Make sure you guys, if you're a returning viewer or new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this episode of the Cloud9 podcast if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we will be talking about the League of Legends 2024 World Championship quarterfinals recap. We'll be talking about all the matches, but the most recent one obviously being GenG versus FlyQuest. And then we'll do our previews for the League of Legends World Championship 2024 semifinals. Who will be in the finals? We'll see. And we have the white man today. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little disappointed.
And then we also have Chaz.
I'm disappointed too. But in opposite reasons.
All right, did a girl break up with you?
Nah, I wish.
He's talking about he's disappointed in GenG.
I don't know. I'm disappointed that GenG did three of these fuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. If you, because what we were talking about in the car after I watched the series by myself, they got like people are only gonna talk about the game they won. Game 1 they won. It was I'll say this right now. I don't care if NA does well unless Cloud9's there, but FlyQuest played one of the best macro games I've seen an NA team play in a long time. Game 1 was absolutely beautiful to see them play. Game 3, I know people are going to harp on the fact that they won, but the comp from GenG was actually just astronomically bad, and I've seen them do this constantly regionally, especially against T1. I'll go into it later on. You're going to know what I'm going to say, right? A little bit later on, because they did this against T1 back in the spring finals earlier this year. Game 4, they curb stomped them into the ground. And then in game 5, they curb stomped them into the ground. Game 2, they curb stomped them into the ground.
I do want to point out, every single game that GenG won was based on completely. Well, no, it was based on FlyQuest throwing the lead to them. Like they didn't have the lead.
Not game 4 and 5.
Well,
game 4.
Not game 5. Game 2 and game 4.
Bad team fighting. Game 5.
Game 5 was a stomp. I agree.
Game 5, FlyQuest lost at the draft.
But I just want to point out, all 3 games were essentially GenG just waiting there, hoping something happened. And I genuinely don't think they're substantially better than FlyQuest. I don't think I'm impressed with GenG. And the reason they ended up winning is because FlyQuest did not fully do well. I mean, their commitments weren't good enough.
FlyQuest could not play a standard 5v5 unless it was what they had in game 1. Because they did it in games 4 and 5.
Game 3, they played a standard 5v5.
No, that's where GenG's comp ruined their game.
Why do you keep blaming their comp for that?
Because
why did we keep? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna bring up their comp in game 5. GenG's comp is shit in game 3. They have double tank, Ezreal, Silas, and
you keep saying Ezreal like he's low DPS.
Rakan. Did they Rakan or Rel?
Ezreal late game is one of the highest DPS ADCs in the game.
He's not going to matter long term if you have Zeri and Kaisa. He will not. And it
Zeri
showed that
does
in the game.
A quarter of the damage of
She did not. She was disgustingly ahead.
But not the way GenG was getting caught out.
No, Ezreal was the only reason they ended up even having a chance.
No, it was not. Silas, Chovy made that.
I want you to watch before every fight what ended up getting them in.
Chovy did it, remember?
No. You're talking about the engages. I want you to watch the fights. What ends up turning these fights is massive true shot barrages from Ezreal that essentially puts FlyQuest on the back foot.
I don't recall those doing anything.
They literally did 1 billion damage. That's actually the most damage.
Against a double tank comp? No way. They didn't do anything.
You're not trying to kill the tanks with true shot barrage.
You're trying to chunk them out.
They are doing
the backline.
They are also doing 30% of the tanks. You are misunderstanding.
Game 3, right?
Ezreal is 1 billion damage.
Okay.
Ezreal
not against Kaisa. Kaisa
against everybody.
Definitely outduel him. They showed that in the game.
Zeri, one of the big problems with Zeri that game is she did literally 0 damage.
And the thing is, even if he true shot crosses, Zeri could literally just go over a wall and dodge it.
But she didn't. He kept hitting them.
Well, just because he played it, that does not mean that.
Well, I'm just saying. I think Ezreal was not a bad pick at all. I think
it's a terrible pick.
Why is Ezreal a bad pick? Tell me.
If they had a Jinx or an Aphelios or a Xayah the game, I don't know if it was banned out in this game, so I might have forgotten.
Which one of those scales better than Ezreal?
We're talking about Xayah has infinitely better range against this team.
It's literally so the reason that Ezreal scales.
Quickly. Give me 1 sec. This is game 3, right? So we need the draft for game.
We just look at the champions.
One second. Let's start with game one before we get to game 3. So this was the most recent series I played, GenG versus FlyQuest. In my own personal opinion, I think FlyQuest get dumpstered in games 2, 4, and 5. I'll talk about game 2 in just a moment here, but this is game 1. Game 1, I gotta give them their props. This was just great, honestly. This was just awesome. I don't agree with GenG picking Jinx into Ashe Seraphine. I think that's just troll. Because Ashe and Seraphine will just completely outzone Jinx in general. The reason why you generally like to pick Jinx is because if she has more than one champion on the enemy team that can straight up just burst her down, she's not going to be that useful in a longer extended team fight. That's why he got no value out of it. I don't think
he didn't get any value out of it is because they ended up losing their front line was not strong enough to be able to. Again, it was strong enough, but it was strong enough at the times they started fighting. And we saw a big problem with it. This team, the GenG team comp could have actually won this game, but we saw a lot of they straight up every single team fight they fought in the entire series. GenG almost lost all of them.
Do you think they have the same problem that LNG had, where they hadn't played on stage in about
I do agree with that. I think if GenG had played every game, they probably wouldn't be in this situation.
Well,
but at the
you
same
saw
time,
that as the series was ramping up, they
didn't
more and more back to
I genuinely don't think besides game 5 they ever literally won
game
a team
4
fight.
They crushed them. A game 4 they completely crushed them.
Yeah, they kept what I'm saying is FlyQuest gave them. So the difference between game 5
game 2, right? Okay, so
I'm going to give you the what I'm trying to say. Game 2 and game 4 FlyQuest gave them the lead. Game 5 technically FlyQuest did it, but I mean GenG was ahead the whole time. FlyQuest game 5 was the worst stomp.
All right.
And it's because
we're about to have a nerd war. Let's go. We're going to start it up, boys. Game 2 and 3. My controversial opinions. Let's do it.
There's nothing controversial with what you're going to say. What's going to be controversial is what I'm going to say, because I genuinely don't believe that GenG was the better, substantially better team this year.
I think later on in the series, they proved they were the better team. How much
they could not team fight FlyQuest, and I was very surprised by that.
So game 2.
This is why this is the best of 5. If this was a best of 1,
if this was the best of 3, GenG would be out. That's scary to think about.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go with game 2. So the reason why people thought they could win game 2 was because they kept over-forcing. I wanted to put it out here. Every single champion on GenG's comp can actually avoid the dive that can happen on them. So if Inspired is trying to dive at Kassadin, Kassadin essentially just has another built-in flash with his Rift Wall.
So, if you don't dive Kassadin post 6.
Which he did. He actually did, and they actually gave him a kill over too.
They dove him. This is level 4.
Yeah. And so they actually didn't apply enough pressure to Chovy early on, which is fine.
They didn't do enough, in my opinion. I think one of the big problems they had is the Nunu pick, which was good in my opinion, did not pan out very well.
Yeah. And then
I think that was what, realistically, FlyQuest figured out by the end of the series, all they had to do was pick scaling champions, and they won.
Yeah, because in this game, whenever he played Nidalee, he actually outperformed Inspired insanely bad.
Yeah, but
when Canyon is on tanks, he's obviously not as good, as we saw. But during the series, when he was on Nidalee, something more aggressive to give him a lot more early game agency, they actually straight up just ran the map around them.
Yeah. They will never be able to win a series with Nidalee against a good team. That just won't happen.
Well, this happened in the LCK too. Just pointing it out.
I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen on the world stage. It's just not going to.
It's not the world stage we're talking about here right now.
But we're talking about FlyQuest. I'm not even going to disagree. FlyQuest isn't one of the best teams. I just don't think they're as bad as you make them out to be.
I didn't say that.
FlyQuest.
Well, I think people are overrating how good they played later on.
They played well.
They played horrible as the series went. After game 3, they lost all steam. They just completely collapsed.
They had all the steam. So the big thing about it is GenG was reactive the entire. I think GenG, if they played the way they played in the series, is going to get 3-0'd by everybody.
Probably.
They're just not that good right now.
I think if GenG played the way they played game 2, game 1, they probably 3-0 FlyQuest. I think FlyQuest played their game, and GenG just didn't show up.
I'm going to say GenG never adapted. GenG never adapted. They never got better.
Actually, they did in the series. That's why they did.
They played reactive. If you look at it, we're not talking about.
They adapted in game 3 and still lost. They started adapting game 4. That's what they started.
Game 3's draft screwed them. I'll go over it later into that game. But game 2,
go over that.
Game 2, they weren't even really doing that much over aggression.
So
I think
I'm telling you right now, the
them.
reason that they won Game 2 was because FlyQuest was the engager.
Yeah.
And they missed. So the big problem with GenG and the big problem with them historically since like 2017 is they are a reactive team. They wait for you to make mistakes and then they punish them.
Yeah.
FlyQuest was making very good plays, and the only reason they ended up losing is because they made mistakes.
Yeah, it's not just about.
And they got too aggressive. They got too
aggressive.
Yeah, because it's not just about making the aggressive play. You have to make your aggressive play work. Like T1 did.
If FlyQuest had played as well as they played at the beginning of the season,
not in the
season.
No,
I don't. They couldn't have beat that SKT.
Game 2, I don't think they plugged in. I don't think the keyboard working.
What I'm trying to bring up is you can make the aggressive right move, but if the opponent not just outplays you, knows how to handle that situation, it doesn't matter.
FlyQuest misplayed, and I think one of the biggest things is in Game 5. We looked at Game 5. FlyQuest,
a little bit.
We're just going to talk about the entire series. Why do we have to talk individually?
No, I'm just saying.
You can do an overview
one by one. It's a lot more easy to point out which game.
Overview allows me to talk about points, but whatever.
So that's for Game 2. Game 2, I think their over aggression cost them. But if you look at the map, Inspired ran the map around him. Like we just gotta ignore
Inspired.
that.
So when you get Nidalee and your team again,
I'm talking about Inspired. Canyon outran him. Sorry.
The reason you are overhyped. GenG did not look good this game. GenG didn't look good this game. FlyQuest looked bad.
Comp was better. I think
I think GenG's comp was actually trash in this game. They ended up winning regardless.
I don't know how they're picking Cassidy pretty crazy.
I think their comp was
Cassidy.
Just look right there. Look at his positioning here. That's not them over.
No,
they had no focus on him.
They couldn't get to him.
No. Ash Nautilus is a disgusting combo. Trust me.
It is. But
I played solo queue where if one of those goes through a lot of times, they'll bear dollars, but they'll bear Ash dollars is disgusting. You hook
the big
Ash
problem
autos
with Nidalee Cassidy is just the fact that they cancel out each other's weaknesses, strengths. They cancel out each other's strengths, and when Nidalee is strong, Cassidy isn't. When Cassidy is strong, Nidalee isn't. The only reason this game ended up turning around is not because of GenG playing well. You look at this game, a lot
of I don't see that.
Listen, watch when they ran in mid.
Okay, look at what he just did right there. He snowballed straight into a turret with an Ash there that can arrow him who doesn't have arrow up because he knows.
So that means that GenG played well because Inspire ran it down?
What are you talking about? Saying, no, that's them playing bad. Look right there. They know that.
That's what I am saying. They played bad. Game 2 is got FlyQuest playing bad, not GenG playing good.
This is straight troll. I know people are praising them for something they did, but there are some things they did in the series that were absolutely bad. They could have easily won this series too. They know Ash Arrows is down. The Ash Arrow is down. They just saw him use it. Inspired walked up the turret, took 3 turret shots and died. That's good gameplay.
Who said that's good gameplay?
You said they were better and did more aggressive mistakes.
But I said the entire series. So the problem is overall, I think FlyQuest did play better. But the big thing about it is in Game 2, FlyQuest, GenG didn't play good. FlyQuest played bad. You're misunderstanding that. Like GenG didn't look good here.
Inspired.
Why do you keep talking about?
Got completely gapped by him. He was so far behind. Whipple. You said Whipple was armor necked and was not good. He wasn't actually doing anything in the series, honestly, for doing this game specifically. He did not do anything in this game.
Okay.
Masu and Busio never really broke open the game as Rakan and Ezreal.
The reason they fell behind is because Inspired failed 4 straight games. 4 straight games. He failed them.
Yes.
He missed the snowballs. It wasn't because they outplayed him.
It's not outplaying. He was behind. He had
no. He was the reason he fell behind was because of the failed games.
You're talking about this game early on, right? Let me see.
I'm talking about all of it. Keep watching. He fails 3 to 4 separate ganks this game.
This
is 12 minutes in, by the way. This is not aggressive play.
Right here. Well, it's aggressive because you're making the aggressive play.
Yeah, but when you start making them in mid game, it's no longer aggressive.
Yeah, you said they were playing reactionary. They definitely brought it.
This is 12 minutes. This is 13 minutes in.
You said
when I talk about reactionary is plays you make be at the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
first 10 minutes of the game is when the definitive aggressive team is going to make some aggressive plays around you.
Yeah,
when you start doing it.
So I'll ask you this: do you think someone playing in a if I make an aggressive play on you and then I mess up, but you play it actually the way you're supposed to play it based on
I'm not saying they didn't play. So the big thing about it is I'm not trying to discredit anything besides the fact that saying, what did GenG do impressively this game besides just get fed kills?
So I'm saying they caught every single aggressive play they did, outplayed them, and then Kangen himself
I want you to
completely ran him down on the map.
I want you to watch the first 10 minutes of the game. FlyQuest is failing, and it's just straight. Like you watch Inspired bring a new snowball into a lane, miss it. He does this multiple times. Right here, I believe this is where he just straight up misses again.
That's why I was confused when you said they were playing better, because he wasn't playing better.
No, I said GenG did not play good in game 2.
And by GenG, are you talking about the whole team or specific players? Because Kangen played great this game.
I don't think anybody played that well.
Pace played great this game with his positioning.
Kangen got fed. The reason that he got ahead.
That's what you do in Italy. Italy has to be the aggressive factor.
He wasn't aggressive. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nidalee was not that aggressive. Nidalee didn't really do it. Again, you look at a lot of these things, it is Inspired running it down. It's no one else on GenG playing well. They didn't react. They didn't like make.
That's not how that works, though. They have to actually physically outplay the situation.
He took 3
better for them.
3 tower shots.
Yeah, and keep in mind, they know Ash Arrow's down. And the reason why we know Ash Arrow's down is because we saw him shoot it right here.
So what does that have to do with Inspired not playing like garbage?
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that.
No, disagreeing. No, I've been saying that the whole time.
That's what I'm saying, too. I'm saying
no. You're saying GenG played well. GenG did not play well.
I generally think they played well this game.
They did not play well.
They have a reactionary comp itself.
This is aggressive comp. This is Nunu Ash. All engaged champions. They got Nidalee, who's an aggressive, and they have Jax, who is
Jax can scale. Jax can do both. Jax can scale and
laner.
Yeah, but Jax also scales, right? So Jax can wait as the game goes on.
But the difference between Jax scaling and Kassadin scaling is the fact that Kassadin can't do anything early game.
Yeah,
Jax can literally kill you level 2.
But that's the reason why, because you're missing 2 concepts.
I'm not.
FlyQuest comp is early game aggressive. They have to aggress onto you. And they realize that if they mess up, like he did right there, the GenG, Kassadin, and Jax will actually just instantly outscale them. They know their comp is worse as the game goes on.
I actually genuinely don't even think that their comp... So the big problem with GenG's comp is that I don't think it scales that well. Even though they have Kassadin and Jax and Ash, the comp itself doesn't scale that well.
It's not about even scaling. The comp is more useful as the game goes on. Ash is way more useful than Ezreal as the game goes on, as we saw in this game.
Hating on Ezreal. Ezreal is like one of the best scaling ADCs in the game.
That sure didn't get GenG a win in game 3, despite them having it.
Did you see how much damage he did?
It didn't matter.
Did you know the highest
value if you
look, he literally does. So first of all, if you look at Korean ADCs, the highest DPS champions in the late game is always going to be Ezreal. Ezreal is the highest, arguably highest scaling ADC in the game. There's an argument to be made.
That's not just an option of value. We'll go to game 3 right now. I'll show you why this comp is ass. Okay. So
I watched the game.
Double tank right here. I did too. There's double tank here. You have Silas and you have Ezreal and Braum. Where is your consistent damage coming through? In the game, when they had consistent team fights, they had no damage. It took Chovy literally stealing the Skarner ult constantly just to get them an edge. And even when they did win team fights,
I want you to watch
later on as the game goes on, Kai'Sa outscales him. Zeri outscales him. They did show way more damage than he does.
First of all, Kai'Sa and Zeri do not outscale Ezreal. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It's double 80 comp. They will put out more damage than he can. 2 ADs versus 1?
It's sustained damage. That's fair enough to say, but you're saying they have 3 tanks.
There was a point in this game, right here, game 3, they win this team fight and they chase him. They know he has 7 kills, and this is what GenG played bad. I agree with this. They played horrible this moment. So Chovy is making like game-saving plays here, and they did this against T1. Remember Faker got that triple kill in Spring where they ran into Faker as an Azir at a choke point. They gave him 3 kills. That's not T1 playing really that much better. They just over-griefed. This specific instance is over-griefing right there. They were winning certain moments in the game, and they just constantly overforce. Now, with this comp, if you specifically over-aggress like that and give 2 ADCs more free kills. They gave Masu 2 back-to-back quadra kills. He's going to win more damage.
I do want to point out, if we're going to look at this, GenG never won a straight-up 5v5 team fight in the entire series.
I agree. Yeah, I'm saying.
And it's not even just this game. The entire series, they were outclassed in team fights. The only time they ever won a team fight is when they were ahead. And first of all, that surprises me because they have better players. I'm still just genuinely baffled by that.
Sometimes if you have a comp difference, it won't really
It's not
matter.
even always comp. They were losing in straight up
I will say
skirmishes.
the only GenG player I'm not defending in this series is Keen, unless you're talking about games 4 and 5, because Keen played like shit these first 3 games. He was just
I think everybody played poorly. The only ones I think played well are Chovy. For the most part, he made a lot of mistakes this series.
Pace played. I think Pace played great, honestly.
I think Pace played well. Those are the 2 I would defend.
I'll be honest here. If they didn't have Canyon in the series, they'd probably just lose 3-1 because Canyon for sure was a difference maker.
Well, he also is the reason they lost 2 of the games.
He's terrible on tanks. He's just not a good tank player. It's just
there's no bad tank players. He's just a bad player.
Oh, he proved it. This game, for sure. He proved it this game.
If you can't play tank players as a jungler,
if you play Chovy saves the game for them constantly. Look at all that damage that Ezreal's putting out. Nothing.
I do want to point out, look at the backline. That is all Renekton.
Yeah. Well, Renekton did some stuff.
Not the reason they won this.
I'm gonna tell you why that mattered. That didn't matter at all because it only got a 1 kill.
It did
any closer close to coming back.
But what it did is that it secured them the dragon. That was the big. Obviously, it didn't amount to anything in the end. But this is a good play at the end of the day.
All I'm saying is having Ezreal isn't bad, but the problem here is as the game goes on, their 2 ADCs will have more value than his.
You're comparing to, so you're not talking about.
That's why the comp. That's why I said it's not a champion difference. It's a draft difference.
So
their draft is abysmally bad.
Probably did 500 damage total this game. I genuinely think that pick was trash.
Did she do 500 damage this game? I don't remember the damage chart.
She did more than that. I'm just saying her character was worthless there.
I'm saying if you look at them as straight 5v5, they struggle to win. Even when Chovy stole the Skarner ults, they struggled to win team fighting because they have no damage on their team. Their team has no damage.
Well, it's because Chovy grabbed 2 tanks twice. It's not like he has to grab the Skarner ult.
He has to grab the Skarner ult because he has to grab the ADCs. So I understand that.
He grabbed the tanks when he used Skarner ult.
Well, this play by Masu was great. Yeah, this one was great. So Keen tries flanking him. This is the right idea by Keen. This is what you have to do. But Masu just zoned it instantly. I think, and the big thing is, they have no way to get on. The only reason they ended up losing this is because Pays overstepped. They genuinely have no way to get onto Ezreal. Yeah. He could have killed him. Look how much damage he's doing right there.
What? First of all, was that a bug? Because he was straight.
Bug.
It's not. It's just a visual. What's it called? But he is getting flipped back when he gets.
I thought he got pulled by Urgot ult, right?
He did,
right?
He got.
They said it was a combination of him going forward. At the same time, it was like
It was both of their E's at the same time. So what happens? Okay. It'll happen with pretty much anyone with a blink that gets hit by Urgot.
James is being abusive. Oh, he always is. We know how to deal with our white man here. It's okay. Even though it's passionate conversation, it's just just. I always win because I'm top G, right, you guys? No? Okay.
God, I don't know. I really like this series.
Another highlight right here. He was damaging them. Look, like even just based off all their shields and heals because they have a much more stronger, durable comp. He wasn't really doing anything with his true shot barrage. Not true.
Ezreal almost won this, by the way. Ezreal almost won before there. The reason he ended up not doing it is because he overstepped. If he had not what's up?
No, you're fine. I'll just go on to the next thing. This was the Masu. Okay, I wanted to go to the one where it was complete greed. He had before he had 8 kills.
In the top jungle.
My God, it's right here. They win the team fight. Chovy wins it for them. Okay, guys, GenG, just reset the map. Just push the waves out. Why are they chasing them? They struggled to win that fight there. That fight, they got that pick there. They struggled to get that.
Because on an 0-2.
Because FlyQuest were playing better this game. They were playing legitimately better. What is this greed? What is this?
Have you seen a batter? Have you seen a batter go 3-0 in baseball count and then just pops it up and just fucks up out of nowhere? That's what happened. GenG got greedy.
And they do this. In the LCK too. They did it in the spring finals against Faker. They do it against every team. They think like, we'll just outplay them if we're in a 4v5.
Watch who grabs them in the jungle. Watch what Chovy does in this play right here.
Oh, Chovy's so hot.
In this play, I want you to see this in the jungle.
Okay.
When we get to this, again, the reason that FlyQuest is low is because Ezreal. And the reason they overforce here, watch this. All the damage so far is from Ezreal.
The true shot barrage right there did nothing to him.
That wasn't a true shot. The ult hasn't came out yet.
He did.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
You're talking about Skarner, right?
Watch Chovy. Watch what Chovy grabs.
Oh, Chovy.
Chovy The reason they lost this fight is because of Chovy.
They shouldn't have been in this fight to begin with.
Well, they would have won this if Chovy had not done that.
I'm just pointing out that's also true, but they shouldn't have did this fight in general.
FaZe was the reason they ended up almost winning this game. Chovy lost 2 team fights, and that ended up.
Are you talking about LaChokey James?
I really can't believe he chokes her because he's so good. And then he gets on the
only reason why they got back in this game was because of him too.
It was I think it was
Silas ults that got him back in.
I think his Silas ults were good, but I think it was all about FaZe.
God, I'm feeling. Oh yeah, Chaz was sick yesterday. That's why we didn't have a show. We were gonna do it. We were ready. He was just dead.
No, I couldn't get up. I was taking 90-minute nap. Couldn't get out of bed.
Oh, and
as soon as you said that you wanted to do it tomorrow, I was like, oh, thank God. I take NyQuil. I was out in 90 minutes after that. Also, I was gone for like 10 hours.
With the True Shot Barrage, he has to use it in this moment to scout out, so he can't even really. He hasn't been having the team fight. And this is where Quad got his quadra kill and they won. And as they said, they brought GenG to the knees. Now, keep in mind when they win this game, I want to point out how much of a stomp Game 4 is. They got completely ass blasted into the ground. And Game 5 was even worse. That means it shows that, FlyQuest played well in the first. I think Game 1 they played great. Game 1 was hats off. That was truly amazing. Yep. Game 3, I think they also played good. I think they played Game 1 the best. I don't think Game 3 was as good as they're playing. Game 3
was more of a just better comp.
I think Game 1 was just GenG not knowing what they didn't respect them. I think Game 3 was FlyQuest genuinely outplaying them.
This is so it's a known thing in the LCK if you watch GenG that Keen probably is the best Cassante in the region. But I heard he made that amazing triple kill to save their game against I think DK a while ago this year. But what do we know? Apparently these guys watch the LCK. So if you watch the LCK, why the fuck does Keen have Cassante?
If they didn't have Cassante this game, I think they won. Just look at that early game pressure. Busio really impressed me this entire series. He blows 3 flashes early game.
We don't count Lehens. I wanted to deport Lehens to Brazil after the series.
I genuinely think Busio was good this series, and it's not just even like a laning matchup. He played really well. I think a lot of his plays were good.
I think
he played.
I don't think it was his fault they lost Game 5, but it was.
It was Game 5 was just so. I think one big problem I have. What?
No, you're fine. Go ahead. I have a different point anyway.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems I have is that FlyQuest showed that they can fight them on even grounds. Why do you think you need to pull out these weird pocket picks?
Another one to bring up to that. Canyon stomped Inspired in Game 2, completely just outgapped him jungle. Why does Canyon get Nidalee anymore in the series? We're in 2024. Why does it keep happening? Player is really good on X Champion. They don't ban it. You can just not play against it. You can just ban it.
The reason is because Inspired. Canyon didn't win them the Game 2. Inspired lost it. Like all of the gold influence that he got was from Inspired rush. It's because Nunu's clear so fast, you can clear and then get a really good gank off early.
That makes it even worse. The fact that he has a champion that can clear even faster than Nidalee and had no impact in the game.
Yeah, or at least a negative impact. Just think that Canyon had no effect on that. Canyon did not affect his ganks. This was all Inspired failing multiple.
This play right here, where Canyon was Canyon. Oh my God, Keen was able to out 1v2 Masu and Busio for a first blood. Keep in mind, Keen is the best Cassante in the next world. To Zeus. Complete. There you go. Game. I'm gonna say game over, but that is like your bot lane is.
That was game over. That was game over right there.
I think it was the next play that solidified it. But this is why people said FlyQuest played good. I think they played good in games 1 and 3. I don't think they played good in games 2, point out 4, or 5. Because if that's good gameplay where your bot lane got 1v2 by a Cassante, that's bad.
They controlled the first 10 minutes of the game was all FlyQuest. It just beyond that one play, they aggressively made moves around the map, blew 3 flashes.
Even in gold anyway. It wasn't really just like control. It was more. They
blew a billion flashes. That's the big thing about it is when you blow flashes.
Useless on Renekton too. He's just
they figured out they need to focus Bwipo too. That was one of the other things about this series.
Yeah, Bwipo was getting carried in the series outside of his Urgot game.
I think
for some reason that guy plays Urgot like Faker back in his prime. Yeah. Okay, I guess he's just a really good Urgot. Then.
It's just. I was really sad that it came down to this because I genuinely like if GenG had adapted and ended up outplaying them this series, I would have been fine with it. But FlyQuest just crumbled.
It wasn't. I would say games 2, 4, and 5 is what people expected coming into the series, and FlyQuest just play very well in the day. I don't disagree that they played well in the day. I just think that they didn't play as well as people were making up. People were making up they actually just played some stellar gameplay. They didn't. These games prove they can't.
Well, we watched game 1, where they straight up took advantage of GenG. Walked them around the map.
I would say they can't play that the game 1 that they played was really beautiful. They can't play that on a consistent fashion.
I think they could
have won 3-0.
Game 3 showed that they're able to fight. They're able to front to back, which is impressive to me.
Yeah,
it's an impressive ability for GenG to do.
Chovy didn't play that well in the first part of the series, but later on in the series, he just completely gapped Quad. Oh god, I don't think Quad played that bad. It just as the series goes on, Chovy's just going to be the stronger player. So.
I think that Quad was garbage this series. I think that was like he didn't have one impactful game.
He did on
no
game 1. Game 1 he was pretty solid. I would say
no, he wasn't.
He did his role.
Because if you go on Reddit right now, people say, "Oh my god, this team is just." I'm just pointing out
they were expected to get 3-0'd and they got 2 wins. That's why people are saying that. But
I'm
not impressed.
I'm impressed.
You're impressed?
Yeah, because I thought this was gonna be.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I thought this was gonna be one of those. All right, it started at 8:00 for me. I thought
it ended like noon. Didn't it end
no,
like
noon? No, it ended by was it noon? Yeah, no, it was a little bit after noon. No, it was 1:00.
And also, I want people to when they watch on the replay. I want people to know when they watch this on the replay. I'm not saying that they didn't have moments in the series they shined, but the same consistent problems happened for FlyQuest. The more the series went on, right when it came to the pressure moment in Game 3, after they won it
came down.
Let's close it out. That same thing happened again. Thing.
I would say more GenG just finally actually took it seriously.
It could be. I mean, I'm not. Two things can be true, like we said earlier. I do agree with that.
I don't think GenG stepped up at all this series. I think that every single one of the things
I think GenG stepped up, but I would not be. How you put it?
I'm just gonna say if FlyQuest had played as well as they did in Game 3, I don't think they would have lost the series.
I said if they played like they did in Game 1, they could have.
I wasn't again. I know what you're saying, but I think that Game 1 was GenG was a victim of not playing for so long that they made a lot of mistakes.
Game 3, like I mentioned earlier, GenG's comp is extremely ass. I think they greeted for so many needless kills. The Kaisa chase was stupid. It made no sense.
But I mean,
the big thing is, like you said earlier, is that them playing well or just GenG being stupid? I don't know.
It was GenG being stupid. I don't disagree with that
because they still win team fights anyway.
But the same thing is that I think that FlyQuest was just outplaying them in team fights, and I think they were very surprised by that the entire series.
Yeah,
that's why they started.
They got paid on. They got paid on Ash and Chovy on Tristana, and they finally felt comfortable. It was one of those situations where you give a team, or you give a competitor enough time to ramp back up, they're going to finally show out, and that's what they did. And this is why I say I'm more impressed with FlyQuest getting 2 games off GenG. I thought GenG, even with the Russ, was going to come in 3-0. I say it was possible that FlyQuest might take a game off.
Yeah,
I didn't see them being up 2-1.
I did say that I don't think that the gap was as big as you guys were making it out to be.
I'm saying it's apparent.
I think if they played SKT, they would have got dumpstered.
Oh yeah. I would say
if this is the team that I was talking about. This team can lose to anybody. GenG can lose to anybody but SKT.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm a GenG fan, I would not be 100% certain that you beat T1.
They're probably gonna lose.
With all the time you beat T1 in World, and I would.
Chaz believes in the magic at World.
No, but you said it. You said it too about Faker. But also, this performance from GenG, I don't know if it's rust. I don't know if they didn't take FlyQuest seriously. I don't know. These performances, I can't tell what it was. Did FlyQuest just play better that day? A 2-game 4 or 5 when GenG finally started to wake up? Did GenG have a bad, did GenG not sleep that well?
That's all I was bringing up is that the way people talk about the series, I'm not saying not to praise them. They did do well. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Games 4 and 5 showed a complete stomp. These were stomps in games 4 and 5.
This is how GenG was supposed to play.
I don't know why we keep getting credit. GenG gained all of their leads from mistakes from Fly. They didn't.
Not in this game. Not even close.
Even in game 5.
Game 4, FlyQuest fucked up a lot.
Game 5, there was
bot lane fucked up.
No, I think the whole team fucked up.
That's the thing. First of all, their bot lane fucked up. The 2v1 quad.
The pressure got to them.
Not a fact. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like
it just broke my heart.
No. Fly didn't play like that all year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just they've
been playing like all that year, but GenG didn't show up game 1. GenG didn't really.
I'll agree with that. I think
GenG didn't plug in game 1.
GenG has a problem
in game 2, but FlyQuest kind of emptied into the game 2.
And just like that fight we just saw with them right here, they aggress onto them, and they just Whipple right here is trying to flank. They saw him right there. He's on a ward. Why is he flanking on a ward? I'll never know, but sure, I guess because reasons.
Because they can't see the ward.
If I was to break down all 5 games in like 30 seconds, game 1, GenG didn't plug in. Game 2, Fly kind of gave that game away. Game 3, GenG still didn't take FlyQuest seriously. Game 4, GenG started to lock in and said, all right, hey guys, this is our ass on the line. If we lose to like FlyQuest, T1's gonna be the last Korean team again. We cannot lose. Think about GenG
trying to flank with a Whipple right there. It also didn't work because their comp. That's when drafting really hurt FlyQuest too. This is they just saw GenG draft double tank in one single Ezreal for your AD, and they lost this game too. The same way. I'm just pointing out they copied GenG's draft in game 4 and lost, even though they played very well in game 3.
This is not even. This is literally Orianna Ezreal. This is a lot of damage.
And then
they have
every shockwave. You're not gonna have damage if he misses every shockwave. Right?
Yeah, that's irrelevant. Quad not being on this team would have won them the series.
Who are you gonna put in there over
Jensen? Keep him.
No, hell no.
They had Jensen.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I hate you.
I'm telling you right now. If Jess was on team, I don't think they get the worlds.
Yeah, that's true.
They might have split. We gotta start slow. Remember,
Quad
no. Fuck all that. They don't even get to the third place game to even fight for the split if they had Jensen.
Don't
winning it.
Quad was not good at all, and it broke my heart.
That's why it just pains me.
Quad was never good though.
I agree. He's better than Jensen.
He's better than Jensen, but that ain't saying. But Jensen ain't been good like since Cloud9.
I was trying to say on like Twitter and stuff. I'm not saying that FlyQuest didn't have moments of brilliance. I think Masu and Busio played great, honestly. And I think Inspired played pretty well in game 3. But like Quad and Whipple getting credit for the series is just...
I think Whipple had very good moments, and that's what I'll give him credit
for. When you're talking about that aggressive gank that the FlyQuest messed up in game 2, GenG did that here in game 5. Remember? They tried to gank him and he avoided it, but they basically... It was just
but it wasn't...
That was a misplay. That's a genuine misplay.
Let's point out
right here,
that the difference between it is Skarner versus Nunu. When Nunu doesn't get kills on his ganks, he is worthless. Skarner is busted as a character right now. Skarner literally with no gold his gold efficiency is a lot less impact. Like you don't have to have gold on Skarner to be useful. If you don't have gold on Nunu, you're running him with Snowball and dying before it hits them.
This is another reason why Whipple ran it down the series. Whipple, and people say, how do you know this stuff? Okay, for anyone who's new, I'll explain it again. If you see someone pressuring you right then and there, the oldest trick in the book is to just stay there while they think they're safe because they just use their flash to save themselves. So they're going to sit there and wait for you because they know you have to walk up for the wave. So after they gank him right here and they blow his flash next time, they know he has to walk to the wave. Like he's doing, he has to walk up to the wave, right? He avoids the gank. Canyon misplays it. Go, okay, sure. So why would he assume he's gone? Canyon knows that he just blew his flash. Not blew his flash, where he avoided it. Why is he there? Why is people forcing this? It makes perfect sense why they'd be there.
Well, the big thing is, reasonably, if Whippo doesn't fall for this is a massive waste of time and they lose a lot of objectives on the map. Yeah. That's why he can expect it not to be the case. But obviously, and again, I want to point out this game was definitely winnable because like one of the big mistakes I think I would say is like we see the TP on bot where they like Quad straight up. I'll give him that credit. He outplays them on the bot lane when they try and dive him.
Yeah,
and then they overforce and get people killed, and that ends up being a positive play for
I would say
GenG
Masu
instead of a
stepping
negative.
up as big as he did was so surprising. This
Masu
guy
was arguably the best player in this series.
I don't think he showed
honestly.
up in game 5, but then again,
it's hard to show up on Callista, even though I think she's good at doing things. She's not very good at doing damage.
That was the problem with Masu throughout the series that I could only basically criticize him on. Anything he had to basically break open the game, he didn't get any leads off it. Callista has to break open the game or she is straight up useless.
Well, Callista is dependent on your support. You can't do anything.
Remember, Ezreal, you could kind of maybe not break open the game.
I do want to point out, they did good in the early game. They forced out a flash in maybe 1 minute.
Yeah.
They didn't do that bad. See,
I'm just saying that anything he wasn't on a late game ADC, he was just kind of not there.
They did outplay them here.
This one, he dropped the equal. Yeah, I remember this game. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
got a kill.
Quad outplayed him, and then immediately they overforced and got themselves killed.
Chovy had how many stacks in 30 minutes? 300, 350? Oh, yeah,
just letting a scaling champion go was stupid. They really needed to realize that it. Let them have Cassidy. Who cares about that? Don't let them have Smolder. There shouldn't have been a situation where they.
I didn't think it was going to pull it out. I generally didn't think it was going to do it. That fits out of pocket because the AD mid thing is not really a thing. But Chovy was like, I think AD mids are still good. I'll just play Tristana and Smolder. Oh, okay. So now I don't know if any other team's going to be doing that. Do they have that draft advantage for themselves? Was this a secret pick that hey, AD mids are not as bad as people say they are? Except Zeri would be the worst one you can't play or Corki. But if you can still play Smolder, Tristana, that definitely is going to give them an edge. I don't know if the other teams are still going to play it though. That would explain the mood swings. He always has mood swings.
Stop talking about me being pregnant. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Why are you yelling at WZ? He's like your number one fan.
That's Walter.
I respect that man.
WZ said him for you.
And about to break down FlyQuest in 30 seconds. Game 1, GenG did show up. FlyQuest smacked. Game 2, FlyQuest fucked up a lot. GenG capitalized. Yeah. Game 3, FlyQuest just outplayed GenG. I think there was moments where GenG could have reeled it in, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Game 4, FlyQuest was fucking up, but this time, this is GenG. GenG had the urgency. If we lose, we're done. And the shit it was one thing last year when you lost, and then you got rid of three-fifths of your team. You lose, but you lost to BLG. That's still bad, but.
And they did lose to BLG before, so it wasn't out of pocket they could lose them again.
Yeah. But if you lose to FlyQuest, oh my God, you never let go of the Chovy.
You might need to just Chovy might go, Arnold, I like you, but I gotta go hang myself now. I lost to NA.
Yeah. It's like it gave 5 was a goddamn stop. Not at the beginning. It was very
like a
relatively
it just came down, man. It's just that's my biggest problem.
Game 4 was a bigger stop to Game 5. Game 5
because I think in Game 5, the reason why people don't understand when in solo queue, the reason why Fiddlesticks can pop up as much as he can is people don't respect him just all inning and he has that much damage. GenG never really gave him the chance for that big fear all in.
I'm not gonna lie.
So they scout him with Zig's ult. They scout him for there. Keen goes Rumble ult. I fly over. Okay, the game's over.
I'm not gonna lie. If Whipple didn't have set, I think FlyQuest might have won.
I just want to point out, look how behind Whipple was. He just had Stydebreaker and some gobbledygook bullshit. Keen was Leandries and almost completing a second item with this one. What is? I forgot the second's names. Oh my goodness!
I can't see what you're hovering.
Oh, it's this time right here. The one where
you're talking about Darkseal.
Yeah. With a Darkseal stacking up, and Whipple has a long sword.
Plus, also,
I understand. Look
how far behind Quad was on Yode against Chovy Smolder. Why the fuck you let Smolder go through? Chovy?
Let's just oh god, that's the face of disappointment. Oh, I'm sorry, FlyQuest. God. I'm sorry. Oh, DeMonte's like, man, my mid laner's ass.
Look at Papa Smithy.
Hey guys, we got top 8. It doesn't matter when you could have been top 4.
And Captain Flowers was like, FlyQuest brought GenG to their knees. Then games 4 and 5 happened. Okay.
And guess what? And then,
I don't know who's on whose knees at that point.
And then guess what?
You're acting crazy, Joes.
I'm just
GenG got up and
why you giving credit to GenG when they didn't have one legitimately good game this series? They wouldn't have won.
Game 4 and 5 they played well.
No,
the reason why I have to give credit to GenG because GenG won. If GenG did win, we don't give them credit. I'm gonna tell you what.
The roast session would have been. Chaz messaged me after game 3. He was like, the roast session is gonna be epic on GenG. I was like, I'm ready.
And then I said after game 4, there's hope. There's hope for you.
No, I'll be honest here.
Because I said if GenG lost, oh my god, I was about to massacre. Okay.
I might have not even show up to stream like Chad did when 100 Thieves got knocked out by PSG. The motherfucker was gone.
Dude, I was weak. Dude, I was burnt the fuck out, man.
Lies, L. God.
No, I was actually burnt the fuck out. Like,
yeah, I see this motherfucker for a week. If GenG had lost the series, I swear they're doing the show. I'm not.
You would been gone for a month. Me and James would be doing this stream talking about why FlyQuest upsetting T1 will be bigger than GenG over RG. I just
think that FlyQuest would have had nothing left in the problem with SKT. Even if they had won the series, SKT would have annihilated them.
Oh yeah, no.
SKT looks like the best team in the world right now. And I love FlyQuest.
That's what I'm saying. Whichever Korean team makes it, this
week coming up, the semifinals for GenG and T1 on day 2. That is the finals. I don't care.
This is how I'm gonna say it. Yeah, depending on who wins. If BLG wins, you know who? Fuck those things. I don't trust GenG against either one of those teams. I think GenG will beat Weibo either than they beat BLG. BLG is starting to get on point, but.
Yeah, BLG is definitely ramping up.
GenG is not beating SKT unless SKT
if GenG beats SKT, I don't have faith GenG beats BLG. I don't have faith.
Yeah, I will say this. I think, this is my opinion. I'm not saying
if they play like this against T1, it's
in my opinion,
I
think GenG stomped them in FlyQuest. I think they beat them pretty hard in games 2, 4, and 5. But the GenG that you saw in game 1, that one shows up
two is a lot closer.
If any of them show up, none of those were good GenGs.
No, sorry, I'm saying for me, if the GenG that shows up in game 1, like that's the same GenG that people saw at EWC that just got knocked out. Yeah, they might actually lose to T1 3-0.
Even with EWC, them motherfuckers did not want to be there.
Yeah, but that's the same GenG we saw in this game too. Game 1. So if that GenG shows up, I hope they don't. But if they do, T1's looking like they could win. This reminds me of 2022, the whole year where DRX lost to GenG, and then DRX beat them, and the only moment that mattered was that World Semis.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
I'm not there. I know people want to root for T1, but in context, T1 has not beaten them at all this year. Not a single time.
I don't like to use that.
Guess what? It's about to be 2022 all over again.
No, that's fine. Before I go, it could be 2022 all over again.
Think about it. No one thought the Hololive was going to beat GenG. No one saw who Hololive was GenG bitch all year. Literally dicking that booty ass niggas just getting fucked all year. Hololive was GenG's clone. Was GenG light. If GenG is Coke, Hololive is Coke Zero. Diet Coke.
Oh, no. Pepsi. Coffee Coke. No, Coffee Coke. Coffee Coke tastes like shit.
Yeah. Like, GenG is Mexican Coke, and Hololive is American Coke. I just want to point out, and you know the difference.
The way they played for me in games 2, 4, and 5, if that team shows up, that's a pretty scary team. But if it's
not. They're going to get that team would get 3-0 by SKT out from that.
You don't think the way they played in game 4 and 5?
I don't think any of them are.
If they ever even get to game 4 or 5, if they play like that in game 1, they're getting 3-0.
I think if they play like none of those games are played by GenG. GenG, the one big thing about GenG is that once they get the lead,
if Weibo beats BLG, it's a fucking wrap. Weibo's not winning.
Same thing like last year. I'm saying right now, if Weibo beats BLG like they did last year, they don't count for a finalist. Whoever wins out of GenG T1 wins it. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That GenG T1 matchup will decide who wins Worlds. If BLG wins, I would say if you want to bring back to Korea, T1 might be the better option. If Weibo wins, it doesn't matter who wins between GenG and T1.
Yeah.
I'd like to say if you could rank all 8 of the quarterfinalists, how would you rank them?
As far as matches,
top esports last.
We're not in terms of how good they were in their performances.
Top esports, allowed to be last.
Top esports T1 was last. Top esports didn't show up.
I'm not talking about enjoyable. I'm talking about Each
no, I'm talking
team
about quality of team. Yeah.
Oh, each team from 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Top esports is 8.
LG 7.
LG 7.
Yep.
Weibo. 6 is Hololive. No. 6 is Hololive. 6 is Hololive.
T1 is first.
Yeah.
I will put T1 first.
I don't think you can argue against T1 being first.
BLG second?
BLG's
and GenG third, I guess. GenG third, right? And Weibo fourth.
I don't
you're not putting Weibo over GenG, right?
I'm putting FlyQuest over Weibo.
Oh, there's FlyQuest. Yeah, full. So we go T1, BLG, GenG, FlyQuest, right? Okay.
I genuinely think
Weibo. I'll put FlyQuest fifth only because they lost. If they won, I would have put them over.
Weibo lost too. I'm just pointing out. No, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah,
we're talking about. I'm going to talk about if they faced each other, who would have won. That's the big thing I'm asking.
Okay, if they would have done it like last year, where none of the Chinese teams or none of the teams from the same region would have faced each other, in my opinion, even that's tough. I still have to put FlyQuest fifth. They played well in 2 out of 5 games. 3 out of 5 games.
I think they could have beat. Like again, GenG. When GenG gets a lead, it's over. They're not going to lose to pretty much anybody. And I think that was the thing that FlyQuest figured out is they made mistakes and GenG just capitalized and ended the game. And that's something I think GenG never struggled with this series is once they got a lead, the game ended. The game ended and there's nothing FlyQuest can do.
That's what I was pointing out earlier.
I never think they were struggled with that. Their early game was atrocious.
That's because Canyon, as much people praise him, and I think
even on his Nidalee,
I was saying he only had that agency on Nidalee. If
he didn't have any agency, he was actually behind pace on Inspired. Inspired made mistakes.
Nunu literally can outfarm him faster.
Well, it's not even about the farm. I'm talking about farming the ganks. The reason they picked Nunu is because Nunu actually is a direct counteractive play. Yeah,
fine.
So what happened is Nunu actually was essentially supposed to farm and go straight into ganks, which he did well. He mistaked, and it wasn't like GenG was like, wow, he made a good gank, but GenG outplayed him. And he was like, what are you doing under their Nexus turret in 5 minutes, Inspired? Like, it was insanity. One of the worst Nunu plays I've ever.
I watched this back. He didn't play that well. He did what his champion was supposed to do. That's not
on Nunu. He was the worst.
It's succeeding at the ganks. That's the playing well part.
Yeah, that game 2 was the worst player in the series. Game 2 Inspired was the worst.
Dude, there was the part where Quad mid. I don't think Quad landed a shockwave on Oriana.
No, he did. At the very end of game 2, when they're trying to kill him in Fountain, he landed a 4-man.
Yeah,
it was incredible. I mean, very late, very much too late to save the game.
That's the thing. If you look at the game. That game 2 you're talking about, he has the Andres, and he's about to finish Zonya's. Inspired was somewhat later on behind. All he had was just redemption. No,
but you're basing it on items. I'm saying that Nidalee didn't really make an effective play until like 12 minutes in, which is too late for Nidalee most of the time. Where so is Inspired made 4 plays pre 10 minutes. They again good mindset. They just all failed, and it was on him.
And then later on in the game, they just out team fought them every time.
Well, when GenG gets a lead, still is always going to be the case. I don't think that's ever going to be a weakness for them. If you give them a lead against anybody, they're going to win.
I forgot about this too. Masu is recalling in the middle of the lane. And there's 2 people that can jump on him.
I didn't understand. Like it was just all mistakes in that game.
I'm saying the pressure got to them when they were up. Finally in game 3, the pressure got to them, and GenG, you could say, stepped up, played the style that you thought they were always going to play. I don't know.
That's my big thing is I don't think GenG looked good. I just think that FlyQuest really FlyQuest had kept that level of play. I think they could have taken the series, but they did. Yeah. They couldn't keep this. They couldn't keep it. That's the problem.
I just think GenG played the way people thought they were supposed to in the games that they won.
I don't think they did. I just genuinely never think
that's usually how their games would go.
We never saw if GenG from the past had shown up in this year, they wouldn't have won a single game.
But they've been scrappy like this before. This is not a new thing.
It's not, but GenG, the GenG we know of was not here. It was not in that series.
Yeah, I'm saying this has happened for them consistently. This is not like the team doesn't always play flawless League of Legends. I don't even know where that narrative came from.
Well, the SKT played flawless League of Legends almost. It felt like it. It was so good.
But even to say about T1, Top Esports.
Top Esports literally did not even show up in their series. Actually, we'll talk about their series right now. Top Esports did not show up at all.
I want you guys.
Game ran it down every game.
Let's watch
try.
One. They tried so hard in game one.
No. Red Chat L. What the fuck you know about WZ?
It's always you always take L. Come on, man. Like, come
what
on.
L? What L, WZ?
Hot fresh L. No, WZ's right. Always L's. Thank you. Chaz always takes L's.
So I want to point out game one. I don't even want to blame. I don't want to blame Top Esports for this because no team could have played against this.
If someone's showing up, the only game they showed up in, kinda, maybe, sorta, is game one. Games 2 and 3, they completely ran it down.
Where the fuck were they at game 2?
They got mind blasted. Honestly, how do you?
They got mind fucked.
How do you play a team that plays that perfectly?
Diddy came and mind fucked them. Like
that was like, honestly, again, game one was one of my favorite games of League of Legends. Yeah. They played so well playing around the map that Top Esports, who doesn't do this, forced themselves to pick a scaling team comp. And
they don't even. They're not even a scaling team. That team is not a bunch of scalers.
It was crazy. They picked an early game team comp because they're an early game team. They got just like dismantled so hard, and not only the draft but the play around the map that they picked a scaling team comp in game 2 because they're like,
they just didn't even
I don't know what happened. Like, it was genuinely.
I know people have praised T1. I know, but this team they faced played like absolute.
No.
Shit.
I want to point out you don't quite understand what T1 did in game 1.
So I'm gonna ask you this: do you think that this can happen when Top Esports is on form and they actually fight them consistently?
They could not have put this. This was Top Esports couldn't have done anything. They couldn't have done anything.
Take one game.
Yeah,
they never take it. They go 3-0. I think the entire year.
They still get 3-0.
So I want to say right now,
they beat this team before. I'm saying they beat them in a
I know they did. This is not the SKT they beat.
That's why I said
SKT.
No.
What they?
I'm just using that as a premise.
I
think
that
team really played
Top
consistently
Esports
against them.
has never
at
played.
World, pretty much Top Esports got 3-1 by T1 then. At World.
Yes.
I'm going to say
they won game 1 and they got swept after. Okay.
That game 1, SKT ran them around the map, and no one's ever, again, you'll never see, you can't find a game like this. You can't find a game in history where somebody has done this to an actually elite team.
Oh, yeah.
This has never happened, and it's not because T1 didn't.
That's why I said I liked game 2 better. Sorry, I'm game 2.
Top
that's why I said I like game 1 better.
Yeah, Top didn't play badly in game 1. I do want to point this out. They just couldn't do anything because SKT, they came so prepared. And
they play bad at the Baron. That's
so what happens? The reason is they realized SKT is running around the map. The only way to get them back into the game is to force a Baron, because if they do that, SKT is forced to stop doing whatever they're doing around the map and team fight them. They have to stop that. They can't just keep running around the map. They have to come on and fight them straight up. That's what I really liked. God, I loved SKT's game 1.
The reason why I said game 1's a little bit better, because in game 1 they figured out if we simply do not fight them, their comp not only does straight. I don't think their comp straight up falls off, but it's not going to have any effect because their comp is designed. I think their comp is a little bit more better than T1's if you're looking at it for straight 5v5. Right?
It is. So
but they realize that if they don't 5v5 them, they win and they just stack Drakes. That was more impressive to me because you know how much restraint that takes for a comp like theirs not to fight.
Well,
insanely restraint. Especially with a Bard.
Bard is more of a, he can peel or engage, so he's actually good all the way around. But the big thing about this team comp is the fact that Top Esports realized they need to force SKT to come into them, because if SKT it runs into them, they can win that team fight because they do have a better team fighting comp. But SKT had piled up so much gold from cross map plays that they could not win that team fight by the time they did that.
If you guys like the conversation of GenG versus FlyQuest, just imagine next week when it's T1 versus GenG.
We're go.
I
would love to see that level. If we see that level of SKT in game 1 is the best team of all time. That's not even.
But I'm gonna tell you this too. Top Esports was never going to win this game. You gave Faker Silence into Tristana, but also Miss Fortune in the Rumble with 3 ults that can just wipe your team out if you get caught. Just think about it. Silence steals a Miss Fortune at the right time. They're all gone.
Wipe, yeah.
Wiped. Same thing with you can knock back.
There's not even a bad ult.
Yeah.
Every one of those ults would be good for them. Even Daisy.
Don't hype Daisy.
Daisy is broken, dude.
Fuck Daisy.
I know.
Daisy's a slut.
Daisy's a little slut. Always getting thrown out. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying, the reason why I would say this is a lot more impressive because I don't think I've ever seen a team just competitively. I've never seen a team go, we are not fighting you until our comp is actually just more stronger than yours at a point in the game. I've never seen it. I've never seen it happen.
They couldn't control the Baron. They had to fight them. They were forced to, and that's why.
No, so they waited until that moment. They stacked Drakes. They outpaced them around the map. Game one was just
one of my favorite things.
Just sit there
my
favorite whatever.
Yeah, go back to when they're 5-manning mid because this is the first initial attempt for them to try and go farther back.
In my butt. You're hot.
I think I don't know if this is it.
Daddy.
Farther. I think this is farther back.
Farther black.
Right
here. You think?
No, so where they start taking the tier 1.
Oh, and top starts going for the turret. Yeah, right here.
This right here. Watch this. Watch what stupid Camille does.
Carrier stops him. Carrier ults. Carrier Bard ults Cream, so it stops their aggression. Right there. If you don't see right there, Cream right here stops Cream from getting in there, forces him to rocket jump away. He knew he would be right there to hit the turret down. Good job.
I'm mostly this is not it. Is this it? This is it. No. Right here. This is the play right here. They ult the wave.
What are you doing?
They ult the wave so they can't really again they trade a turret for 5 people. Look where Zeus is.
Zeus? Oh, he's split pushing. Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
He runs, he's in mid, he's like, I'm not gonna fight. Forces them to run 5-man from mid to 5-man from top. So they gain no resource. In this period of time, no one has farmed besides one person.
Yep.
They have lost approximately 2,000 gold worth of CS.
I would say, if this, people know I root for GenG. I've been rooting for GenG for a long time. A lot of the highs and lows, so especially last year, as you guys saw me rage out when they fucking lost to BLG. Well, I think the worst time I raged out against them was when they lost to DRX. That one about broke my heart in half. But
I think
if they play against T1 like this, T1's probably going
to. If T1 plays against anybody how they played in that series, they're just going to beat them.
Now, I will also say this series, Top Esports never even really, outside of game 1, they never even really tried, honestly.
Game 1, they showed up, but it didn't matter because
they just
you gotta silence that could just take any one of your ults and just mirror force right back. Oh, you think it's that whole thing where it's like, whatever you can do, I can do better kind of thing. It was like, you go creep, you're Tristana, I can play Tristana better than you.
Like last year. Like last year, when T1 beat LNG and they stomped them, at least in the next match, even though JDG lost, JDG at least fought them back consistently.
LNG fought last year and just
LNG wasn't fighting. They were autistic.
LNG was better than this fucking team.
They were? Bro, we saw Tarzan, Jarvan ult someone under Rift Tap on the turret with a Rift Tap.
LNG was getting killed because this team.
Oh my god.
This team like this.
Oh, do you know how
once we get to game 2, we got that.
I just want to point out, back in the day when we first started doing the show, we used to have a Worlds Award called Biggest Choker. Like, not Dottie Award kind of thing, like throwing a Monty, straight up Biggest Choker. If you ask me who the biggest choker of Worlds is, I would say it's 369, if you're asking me. Biggest choker.
I agree with that, because
I'll say Peanut. I'll say Peanut.
Peanut played well the entire series, I
thought Peanut stepped it up in their match against BLG, but to be fair, not matter anyway. The reason why I say 369 is because 369 is supposed to be this amazing carry player that can match up to Zeus and Bin. He didn't really show up at all at Worlds, even in their victories.
Yeah, especially not at Worlds. He obviously was that person.
He got stopped last year by Zeus. He got stopped this year by Zeus.
Context. 3 years in a row stomped by Faker. JDG 2022. He got beat by Faker last year.
No. It was Top Esports. Well, no, wasn't it Top Esports?
No, he was on JDG.
Oh, yeah, he was JDG 2022.
Yeah, on 2022. World's semis, knocked out by Faker. World semis again. JDG last year, knocked out by Faker. This year, he was like, you know what? Let me just downgrade my performance even worse, get out in quarters. Okay, I guess.
Well,
like,
no, wait.
You either roll a 3, a 6, or a 9, and you rolled a 0 in this game.
Who was the top for Top Esports in 2022? Wasn't that 369 or
2022?
Wayward. No, that was not Wayward. It was the other guy.
No, 2022 was JDG. That's the team.
Okay.
369.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay.
I'm
That's
saying
he was
he's
out there in
3-0.
2021 and left GenG. Okay, because I remember he was on.
No, I forgot top esports was top laner in 2022. I know the support was way no. Yeah. Mark Wayward was the top laner. Mark was the support at the time.
Okay.
369 was on. He's been on top esports his entire career, pretty much, except for that 1 year he was on JDG.
Yeah, that was last year. No, he was. Wasn't he?
He was on JDG last year. Yeah,
he was on top. Yeah. But he was on top esports in 2022.
He was on top esports in 2021, I think, and then he went over in the start of 2022. He went over to JDG.
Yeah,
and then he did it until the end of 2023.
He was on JDG,
but his entire
2022 and 2023.
He was on top esports from 2018 all the way to 2022, and then he went back on to top esports.
He was on top esports in you're right, 2021. Yeah, so he's lost to Faker semis, quarters now 3-0. Now he's not even making semis. At least semis was his benchmark. Now he's not even making that. Like. He's been a player where I don't disagree that he's not mechanically sound, but he's much worse than Zeus and Ben, if we're just being completely honest here. Or even if King turns it on, he's better. If King doesn't I think King is so beyond drunk at this point that he's not won anything until this year. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. But if King turns it on, he's better. I mean, if we're being honest here, you can either roll a 3, a 6, or a 9, and well, you rolled 0 on this one, buddy. He just looked like absolute shit. If you ask me who the biggest choker is, I would say it's 369. Man, just
I want to say that I wouldn't even say the more I think about it, I don't think top esports was. And again, I think by the end of it, they were the what's it called. But I think that top esports from game one could have beat most people, most teams. I think they would have done pretty well against GenG.
Nah.
I think only team to bring GenG to 5 games. This year
no, I just the way that I think they played it, and again, no other team could have forced them. And again, they were so completely demolished. Their entire way they were going to play the series was destroyed. They stopped picking early game team comps because they realized SKT has figured that out, and they had to adapt. No other team would have made them adapt like that.
All right, everyone. We talked about GenG, FlyQuest, T1, TS. We did do the other days.
We did the other twos.
Yeah. We want to give any final thoughts on those. What was the one before this? It was a Homolife BLG. Yeah. Homolife going out the way they did. Oh, that's just good.
But not surprising. I wasn't surprised. That wasn't surprising.
I think Peanut played pretty well that series, but all around their entire team just
Doran is good domestically, but internationally he just runs it down.
He's a solid top laner, but solid doesn't win you in Worlds.
Yeah. I think
Doran got my bid.
There's the way you know if a top loser if you hear about Chovy, when somebody's like, "Oh, did you see what Chovy did?" You're like, "I don't know if it was good or bad." When you hear the way you know Doran did good is if you don't hear anything about him. Yeah. That's how you know he did well. Is no one talks about him.
Yep.
Because they don't talk about him when he's popping off. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's crazy. The only time he's ever praised is when he has his once in a while his once in a while games of brilliance. That's the only time people talk about Doran.
He had a few of those this year.
He had them last year too. Yeah, he had them last year too.
And again, it's just when you put him on a situation where he is strong side and invest resources into him, he's worthless. When he is weak side and he's played like that, the enemy team taking advantage of him doesn't matter because that's what you expected.
What was the other series before that? Oh, LNG versus Weibo was one of the worst. That was the most low quality quarterfinals match I've seen.
I didn't even like it. Was people hate the SKT one because there was no kills, but it was like a chess match.
Well, I don't expect people that like Michael Bay movies to think that that was
because LNG versus Weibo was like the stupid hot dog eating contest they have every year.
Who can choke the hardest?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Weirdly enough,
that LNG Weibo series was just straight.
There was 3 gold leads.
You know what time it is right now, boys?
What?
I would say it's morphin time. The chat doesn't know what that reference is. Not you.
That's Power Rangers.
But honestly, who would have thought out of all 4 series that the one that would go 5 games is the FlyQuest?
Honestly,
I will give you that. If FlyQuest faced anybody on the other bracket, like LNG or Weibo, they're in semis. I will give you that.
Yeah. The only team they're going to lose to, I think they probably lose. I really do think they might lose to Top Esports.
Nah,
because Top Esports would have been aggressive, and FlyQuest would have thrown themselves into them.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier form on that day. So the Top Esports form on that day showed up versus the FlyQuest form.
Well, no, so I know you do, but I think the reason
if we would have had 4 Chinese teams versus everybody else instead of giving us LG versus Weibo, if they would have, this is why I like last year's format better, where they made it that no Chinese team was going to face. It was they made it in a way it was like, oh, we can't put Weibo versus LG because same region, because that's what they did last year. Because it was supposed to be who the fuck was it?
That's their full name. One sec. All right, it's Pick'em times.
Yeah.
This is a toss up. Okay, so I'm going to point out the unique scenarios we have. If Weibo beat BLG, not only is that a repeat of last year, we've also had that in this tournament as well. Repeat matches going the way of the same team, except for the TL Gam one. If Weibo and T1 win these matches, it's a rematch of last year's finals. If BLG and GenG win, it's a rematch of MSI earlier this year. Yeah. So we can either have rematch, or, well, rematch.
You know what's crazy to me? I think that BLG and Weibo's playstyles have literally swapped from last year to this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's up?
No, go ahead.
So I think Weibo last year, DLG last year, their entire comp revolved around literally getting their jungler on an early game jungler, ganking at level 3, and ganking top, and then ganking bottom. And I said Weibo is going to win this.
Then?
What's up?
I would say BLG, they haven't changed since then. They still try to play this.
No, it's not the same. Weibo literally is hyper aggressive in the early game, whereas last year they were like lane dominant, and I don't think that's the case this year. And I think BLG is way more reserved this year. They're way more reserved.
I would say Weibo were a glass cannon team. If they fired off, they could look good. But if they never fired off, they look like what T1 did.
The reason I said BLG was going to lose last year is because they were literally hyper aggressive early game, and I think that didn't really match up against a team that was not only just as aggressive, but way more dependent on individual play. When you give a team that's responsible for just pure outplays when you give them the opportunity to outplay instead of forcing them into team fights where they can make mistakes, you're going to lose. BLG was a really bad matchup for GenG, and Weibo was a really bad matchup for BLG. I think that's, in my mind, how it worked out the entire year.
The other thing I'll bring up to that is if Weibo and GenG obviously win it, then we'll have a different finalist. So you could have basically rematches of finals already from last year and the finals of the recent international tournament, or you get a completely new final. Well, I'm rooting for BLG. I know I did it last year, it burned me, but I for sure believe they can make it.
I think they're way better this year. And I think that Weibo is way worse this year.
If Weibo win, it's so crazy how you're in for Weibo this year. You were out of Weibo this year, but you were in for them last year. And then I was out of them last year, but not only for them this year. But I'm jumping off the Weibo train right now.
We're the exact, because I think Weibo is, honestly, it's weird to say, but I think they were better last year.
I think they're smarter on the map of this roster.
I don't think so. I think
the Shy roster last year was so glass cannon. They were glass cannon. Nothing.
I'll agree with it. They're probably it's hard to say. Both of these Weibo teams.
The only stable point was Xiaohu played worse. Xiaohu was way worse. I thought he was such a fraud last year making the play. He was ass last year. This year he is playing way better. I will give him that.
Yeah, I'll give you credit for that. I don't think Xiaohu is that good.
Light is actually, I think their only difference maker for them right now is the bot lane. So Light, Crisp has not looked as good as he looked last year. The only real difference maker on their team is Light. But Light's not enough to get you to win against BLG. I'm sorry.
I think the Shy played well last year, and that was a really big thing for them.
It was crazy because he was running it down the entire year. He only played well in that semifinal.
He does it every year. Every time he gets to Worlds, he steps it up. Except for 2017, he was just good the entire year.
Yeah, I'll say when he was the best top laner, he was the best top laner ever. He was just gone.
Yeah, that level of the Shy is unmatched, I think.
So I'll say this right now. Everyone knows I root for GenG. I do. Do I think they're going to win? Most likely. But if T1 win, I'm not even surprised. If T1 win,
you think GenG's going to beat T1?
Well, I'm picking GenG, obviously.
I see.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But I'll say if T1 win, I'm not surprised. The only reason why I say I don't want T1 winning, oh my God. Imagine a world I have to live in where the team that I root for, a Chovy loses to Shaker. I'm not living in that world.
What do you think is worse? GenG beating T1 than losing to BLG? Or
I don't even know. All the scenarios are bad. So if T1 beat GenG, all the people that don't like Chovy go, well, see, I told you he was a choker the whole time. I told you.
If GenG beats T1, but GenG beats T1. Oh, GenG was always a better team.
That's how our narrative's gonna work. Yeah,
you won't get credit until you win the final. And if you lose the final, oh, what happened to him? Okay, yep. This is GenG's final to win.
Because the thing he said, if GenG faces BLG, we saw this earlier this year. Stylistically, GenG match up very well into them. I don't think BLG want to face GenG. I think BLG want to face T1. Like we saw it earlier this year. Chovy made Knight look like he was a fucking Diamond 4 mid laner. That's not good for him.
You know who GenG doesn't match up well into?
Weibo
Gaming. If Weibo get into the finals and GenG goes there, that is a horrifying.
This is why I said, because once Zeka got eliminated, he says one of the Korean teams got to bring it home. One of the Korean teams, because no one gave credit.
And it's not so bad now because we have the LCK 2024 Spring Split Finals, and we have the 2024 Summer LPL Finals here. Just finals rematches. And the only reason why we have that is because DK didn't make top 8, so we had to have a lopsided bracket of.
But last year, go back to the draw show. I want you to pull up the draw show from last year. The top 8 draw show.
Where they made it so they had to be opposite region every bracket.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Wait, hold on. You are right about that because DK would make. Well, we forgot there's NRG there.
No, okay. I'm gonna bring it up because.
So who do you guys have? BLG, Weibo. Who do you have?
I'm gonna say I probably have BLG and T1.
Okay, Chaz, who do you have?
I have BLG and
T1.
And T1. I mean, I picked T1 to win World anyway. That's me. I'm
a lot more ready.
Okay.
Right here. Okay, right here.
Just show your screen.
It's funny how MSK goes from the View Whoopi Goldberg talking politics, comic films into a full ESPN analysis when talking LOL.
Hey,
dude, it's just
diverse.
The big thing is when you start enjoying sports and stuff like that, because I've done this my whole life, like football and stuff. When you start getting this that kind of stuff, it's really fun to kind of dissect why you like things. And I know it's a little weird for some people because it's like a video game and it shouldn't be taken to that serious, but I enjoy it.
Bring that up and
damn girl.
Okay, let me know if you can hear. Cause I'm on full scale. Let me know if you can hear.
Oh no, you don't have your audio on. Just hit you share. Just hit share audio. This girl getting fucked right now. Them titties look nice.
Yeah.
I believe you're actually looking at porn.
I'm not looking at porn. I would never do that. I'm a God-fearing man. I go to church.
Can you hear the audio?
No.
You're not playing it.
You have to tap the audio button on your share your screen part. When you hit the share screen, there's a share audio button.
Ew. Okay, that's weird.
You son of a bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. God, I'm just trying to get you to eat Lennon's ass and taste her Mexican enchilada.
How do you feel about that, Chaz?
Okay. I'm going to stop screen. I will go back.
Or you just drop the link in here and I'll do it if you want.
That's what I tried to do the first time. Yeah, let me...
You can just drop in the private chat or share it.
Yeah, no, I'll put it in the private chat. Yeah. Go right there.
Woo! Yeah. I'm just pointing out for GenG as a potential problem they might have. Yeah, it's comforting knowing you beat T1 in the regular season and in the spring finals. But remember, this is World T1 now that has massively improved. Remember last year they were ramping up after fighting LNG and JG.
I genuinely had no faith in them going into Worlds last year.
I have more faith in them going last year than this year's Worlds. They look like horseshit.
They barely beat KT. They barely beat them. They barely survived.
Yeah.
Okay, so which part? What timestamp?
Oh. Okay, let me see. It's not the whole thing, but go to about fucks. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm trying to figure out at what point because the first 2 minutes is just barrel up there. And the other dude who fucked EU over again.
What are you asking? What are you talking about? How you like the format from last year?
Yeah. Go to about 4 minutes and start from there. No, because there's a different the way they did it last year. It's the same thing. The 3-0 versus 3-2. 3-0 go against 3-2. And the 3-1s go against 3-2.
Just got unlucky with who faced who, unfortunately.
Yeah, the 3-1 goes against whichever is 3-2.
I don't think they changed the format this year.
No, it's the same thing, but there's something in here about
so if it comes down to the fact that you can avoid having the same regions play each other, they will. That's still the case this year. They just weren't able to this year because FlyQuest ruined it.
Yeah, and DK, but it was the same scenario last year too with NRG. NRG would just be the replacement for last year. Remember?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what happened.
Internet's running a little slow. What the fuck? Oh my god! I already paid. I don't watch porn anymore.
To make it. Oh my god! I love Shannon Sharp.
I'll play it right now. I know like the first minute and a half you could just go right through because it's just, hey, Barrow, the champion from last year.
Hey, Hey, Barrow, I'm a fat fuck and I can't lose weight.
What is wrong with you?
Jesus.
He's talking about some Daime show. Like, what the fuck do they rap? Like, GenG was rapping in their series against FlyQuest. They were talking Daime and Humala. Like, what the fuck? Y'all can speak English? Canyon never opened his eyes the whole series. Motherfucker squinted eyes like this. Open your eyes, Canyon. Holy fuck, dude. That's why he couldn't jungle properly. His eyes were closed.
Dress up for Shannon Sharp for Halloween. That would get me literally. They would beat me up in the streets.
No. How about this game dress as Skip Bayless?
I'll do Skip Bayless. I will not do Shannon Sharp. Because if I dress up as Shannon Sharp and I paint my face black for that, I'm gonna get demolished.
I might jump you. Fuck that.
I would understand.
I was like, what? Not the blackface part, of course. Not the...
we need the blackface part. Yeah.
So, like, I have a question. Can I paint my arms black?
Yes.
At what point in time does it become racist, Chaz?
Once it gets to face, and even the face is just don't do the lips.
Okay. People you paint your dick. Can you wear a black strap on and do that for me? Then you can do blackface and then fuck me with it.
You gotta go to therapy, dude.
That way you can be really because if you wear blackface and you have a BBC.
MSK, yo ass need Jesus, nigga.
I'm just pointing out that in fact if he does blackface and he wears a black strap on, he could be a tall, dark, rich black man.
That's what Carla wants to do to you.
Oh, my back hurts, man. I can't be doing that stuff these days.
That's what she trying to do. She trying to crack your back, nigga.
I'm just trying to get my cheeks blown out, man.
What did you just say to me?
I'm trying to get my cheeks clapped. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's all jokes.
I don't think you're joking at that part.
I'm just saying.
I need her to thrust into me hard, make me come through my anus.
You a weird guy. It's like I go to the zoo and I see like the monkeys throwing poop at each other. I'm grossed out. I'm very confused, but I can't stop watching. That's what's happening with this conversation.
Black people are monkey jays.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
And I'm not saying I disagree. I fully agree. Them Vine swingers need to chill out.
I did not say that.
These Vine swingers need to chill out with all their rage.
Oh, my mic! You made me break my mic. Hold on.
Go to bed.
The two most famous Vine swingers are white people: Tarzan and Georgia the Jungle.
That's true.
Let's just get that straight.
And I'm just pointing out, Uncle Ruckus definitely takes the top 3 too.
Walter, what the fuck is wrong with you, Walter?
Oh God, clipped.
That clip channel WD has gold.
Sending this to your acting peoples. Oh, WD's trying to cancel you. Oh my God, he's pulling
He trying to knock you.
He's trying to pull left wing WD pulling left wing tactics. Oh my God, crazy.
Professor Savage, this motherfucker like, yeah, I bet tell you that motherfucker that was getting like penis, man.
It's like at some point in time when you keep talking about getting railed, I'm like, at some point in time, I'm like, this man means it. He really does want it.
That motherfucker likes dick. Okay, Savage Dad, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? All right, so this was G2's voice com video after they where they obviously had to go through Weibo, T1, and BLG. Oh man, the comments are God. The comments here, they're probably glazing the fuck out of them. Guys, I love G2. All the teams I root for, I do love. I do like me some Cloud9, RNG, and GenG, and G2. I do. But the orgs don't get better if you fucking get on your knees and suck them off for anything.
Well, they're not going to get worse because they don't listen to fan response anyways.
Well, that's actually good. I'm
just saying, it don't matter what you say. Let them.
I will point out that, remember back in the day, CLG hired Zix off Reddit because he said he could fix their team. That actually happened. That's why people think Reddit has so much more power than it does, because an org actually hired a guy off of Reddit to coach their team.
They should have asked me. Remember when Reginald listened to me when I was in the fans? When I was in the stands, he was just like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to this guy about roster moves. And he got rid of Mithy. He did that. He did that because of me. They didn't, but they listened to me.
You missed it, James and Chess. MSK was talking about Dong Lemon in his last stream. That's a hell of a fraudulent slip.
Dong Lemon.
I heard he was hung.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I want to point out, do you know that horrible Baron call G2 against BLG? It was actually Caps. Caps.
I told you that.
I thought it was like, because Mickey X doesn't talk that much, so I know it wasn't him. Yike barely says anything.
The only two that would do it is Caps or BB.
Get back on there.
BB don't even make calls like that. It's usually Caps.
My mic.
Oh, and you said you wanted to see that Hansama fight, so I want to play the part where he does because Chaz messaged me when he did that. He was like, "Dude, Hansama paused the game, and I think he threw it for G2." And I'm like, "No way, he did that." I looked and he did. He missed the part where he didn't understand how the rend. It's like, pro players aren't smart. He didn't even understand how the rend of his champion would work.
2 minutes and 10 seconds later, G2's over. 2 minutes. They paused it for 40 minutes just to lose 2 minutes later. That's the whole thing I was saying. That's like when you try to call back a call and then the call goes the opposite way.
Actually, you want to see? I want to see when they threw Baron to owner after they saw him coming in on their ward. Where was that part? Okay, it's right here. Because they knew he's coming for that. Okay.
If you see something, you can try. I think just get the free Nash, get everything. Nash is free.
Okay, yeah. Oh, all the right plays.
Don't split. Calm down. I think we do it fast, okay? Just do it. I think we do it fast enough.
Okay.
And maybe if you jump in, we just win. They're trying to prepare. Block.
Cap said they're gonna come.
Yeah, block.
Kill.
They go top after.
So much rushing. So much unpreparedness right there. Oh my god, man. Okay,
so
what's the one?
Technically, it wasn't a terrible call. If they had properly set up vision, they would have known what was going on.
Caps even said to block. He even said, go block him. They didn't do anything. He just, I'm just gonna walk in and pull my dick out. You guys have to just get on your knees and suck it. Okay.
They couldn't have blocked him. They were saying block him from jumping in.
Mickey X literally could just hook him. Auto him.
You would have to be on the other side of the wall for that.
Wasn't he right there? Oh, he's right there. So Mickey X is just playing this badly. He ruined that entire.
He would have to be on the other side. So the thing about it is, when you get stunned, you can still smite. You can't stop it.
And the Baron call. People wanted to say, okay, give me one moment. Make sure I'm on the right call. Okay, so they're right here. Okay, so they actually do want to fight against BLG.
Hit it fast.
Do we want to actually back off?
What's that more broken? Was that broken? That's more broken blade than Caps. People said it was Caps.
Where is he?
Look.
Up here. Okay, wait. Here's a plant.
Oh, nice. He's nice. Dude, let's do it fast, guys. Go hit it fast.
That's broken blade. It said it started.
Well, no, the first one to say it was Caps in the base.
No.
We need to heal. I think hit and heal, no?
Yeah, Tarek hit.
Yeah.
I'm coming, okay? I'm same time as Silas.
I'm not ready. I can go around. Can we turn?
Okay, come on. Broken blade's so far away. Like, he has no impact he can do here.
Yeah. I'll keep healing.
No Sonias.
I need help.
I'm coming behind. I'm behind them. I'm behind, guys. I'm behind.
Yeah.
He's stunned.
Silas.
Yeah, guys, they can't do this unless they have the Renekton there with them. He's already dead, coming in. Oh God, so bad. There's Niski going to Shopify. So who would? I mean, SK Gaming got lucky to get Niski anyway. I doubt that we're going to keep him for another year because Niski probably cost a lot of money. Niski over Insanity? I can believe it. Yeah, that's definitely. Insanity was hard running it down.
Remember when Insanity was hyped up?
He played good for like 2 games, and everyone. That's the problem with people is that when you play good for like a small sample size, people just blow it open for everyone.
Well, no, it was in the ECL or the that was where he was hyped up at.
They were spitting bars on there.
Okay, I watched the video from last year. Okay, I figured out the issue from last year to this year. Okay. NRG was one of the 3-1 teams. That's why everything was switched. Because remember this year, FlyQuest was 3-2. They were on the bottom. I was like, oh fuck, that makes sense. Shit. That's the instead of trying to switch it, they couldn't have switched it because one of the Korean teams was 3-0. The other 2 were 3-1. Because last year, KT was 3-2. Last year, it was...
Oh, yeah. Did they do that? So they didn't do that last year. They didn't base the draws off records, did they?
No. They based it off records, but they made it that it was a Chinese team could face each other if there was another team with that same record that could have faced them. That's why NRG would have got Weibo.
Okay. Just want to say, I normally, I don't know if people want me to make videos about this stuff because the reason why I stopped doing the off-season videos, not because I didn't want to. First, there's just a lot to do. That's a lot of videos to make. I did it for years to boost the channel subs, and it did very well. It wasn't like I was wrong for doing it. It's just the fact that once you do it for like a good 3 years, making like 10 videos a day, your brain just fries. Actually. Oh, yeah. So at a certain point, I just regarded to just, hey, we'll just talk about the news on the show, which is where you guys would want the news anyway.
And that's what I told them to do when we first had the channel.
But I'm saying the videos individually blew up. They blew up massively.
Oh, yeah, but it's just way too much work to make.
I know, but the work paid off though. I can't say I was wrong for it. You know
what paid off?
Oh, fuck off! God, I hate white people. All right, I'm fucking vine swinging monkeys. You like talking to? All right. So fat fuck Noah. Mr. Fat Fuck, useless trash ADC for half the year. He played decent in World, I'll give him that. Bot laner Noah has been allowed to explore his options by Fnatic, which means you're fucking off the team. He's in talks with other teams,
at the moment,
which suggests that he might stay in the LEC. Are they importing Noah? You said Fudge contracts Niski Monster.
So I want to say
go ahead.
Noah is mechanically good.
And fat?
That's what I could give him.
But mentally,
he's mentally not there.
Yeah, no confidence.
That's the big thing about Noah is no matter what, even if he's under no pressure, he's a great ADC. But when is that ever the case? He's always under pressure.
You get put onto the second best team in the LEC, and the pressure was just too much.
Yeah.
I'm also pointing out if Shopify think that Noah's a monster import, burn their whole org to the trash. Just burn it down. Just burn it up.
He's not that bad.
I wouldn't consider a monster. I'll say this.
Comparatively to ADCs, I guess.
I would say if he's going to stay in the LEC, which team is he going to? SK Gaming he's going to? No. They have Rahel and Luhan. They're not changing.
If they decide to keep him.
Yeah.
If they decide to stay too.
If he's not a Fnatic, we know G2's keeping Hansama. So what other top team? BDS? No, BDS announced they're re-keeping Ice.
Yep.
Is GX finally going to get rid of Patrick? But is Patrick for Noah an upgrade? To some degree, probably.
Corp has Kalist. Vitality has Karzi. Madeline has
the best
Supa.
ADC in the world, Supa. Yep.
Yeah,
Supa ass.
Dude, what the fuck did he say that he will be paid? He
was better than Deft.
Oh yeah,
he was sniffing some hard enchilada crack that night.
That's the biggest copium I've
so who else unless he straight up goes to a bottom team, he goes to GX, who's a bottom team. Is he going to Team Heretics? Or is he going to be on who's the other team? Rogue? There's only Rogue, Team Heretics, and Giant X left. Every other team probably has
Rogue
from last year.
Rogue might okay, what's the website where they got all the
let me go up to right now.
In the Wikipedia, because I know Wikipedia has some of it.
Everyone liked our LeBron discussion. You guys only like when we argue with each other. You guys are cringe.
Who liked our LeBron discussion?
LeBron's not a bad player, but he is a downgrade from Big X.
I just don't understand the hatred you guys have in your heart for him. Like I
don't have no hatred for
this
LeBron.
Man did this man steal your girl?
Yes.
Y'all be talking about like this man walked up with the.
First of all, I stole his girl. What you talking about, guys?
Congrats for you. I'm just saying, we talking about LeBron, and you're like literally the way my grandpa talks about Chinese, like Japanese people.
Hey, Jade, I'll steal your girl too, nigga.
Congrats. Good try with it.
Oh, I'm just pointing out Noah going on a different team. Like I was pointing out, Noah justified his position on Fnatic at Worlds.
I have no girl. I was like, okay.
I'm just pointing out Noah justified his position at Worlds. I would say they're gonna re-sign Oscar because Oscar's re-signed.
Oscar rather, yeah.
No way. Like fuck me in the ass. Oh God, Fnatic, please, my soul. This org is always Sam's like, people don't like us right now because like we haven't won a title in like 6 years. Re-signs Oscar in, keeps Humanoid and Razork.
Yeah.
Mental illness on full display.
All I know is
Fnatic.
Most recent changes, Odawabe is a free agent. You already do that.
What about Cowboy Shard?
The Antonio's a free agent now. As a couple weeks ago, of course.
So we have it right here. Carter.
The coach of T Vitality is a free agent. Cass
he should be.
Giant X is a free agent.
Cass, Crowney.
People loved Crowney for no reason.
I thought he was okay. He popped off in one split, I'll say.
Shale's leaving BDS. I forgot where he's
Hold on. Give me a moment. I need to bring up the LEC. I was just going over roster changes. I just need to go over. I could just see this right here.
I don't think there's been really any confirmed roster changes, really, besides like
there's been a few. Jojo Pion and Mad Lions.
Yeah, I'm just saying the ones we've already went over.
That's the biggest domino. Well, that's the biggest domino effect. People were waiting to see where he lands so they can just build their rosters if they know they're not going to get it.
Jojo Pion is just the thing about it is he's lane dominant, and I don't know if that's going to help Mad Lions, who already has a structural there's just the kind of problem when it comes to actually learning how to close out a game, because their early game aggression's never been a problem. I don't think that is a problem. Their team fighting. Bring back who?
Someone said to bring back Reckless.
I'm just saying, I still love the sports psychologist move from stupid Team Liquid. I'm Team TSM back in the day. Just literally develop chemistry. A lot of the teams are missing this, and that's what they're not quite understanding.
Oh, there's another little decent piece right here. BDD re-signs with KT.
That's okay. I mean, I don't care.
Fine. He's a fine player to build around.
That means KT still gonna be the fifth best team in the LCK.
Yep.
Okay.
What?
They themselves also, like Carmine Corp, have a hyped up rookie in their academy team. People rumor they're going to be bringing up. So we'll see if that works out.
Why are you hating on rookies now? That was your whole thing.
Oh my God! Can I not say what they're?
Why you're like Carmine Corp? Like Carmine Corp.
Like you're acting like Carmine Corp aren't biased as fuck because they're French. Like, come on, what are we doing here? One way or another, a talking point with MSK always ends up in his ass or another. I love it.
I think because he's going to the military. Didn't he win the Asian Games though? He doesn't have to go, right? Well, he won one of them, right? There was multiple.
He won. I think a few years ago he won.
I think he won one. So once you win that, you no longer have to go.
The French make me sick. Oh yeah,
the French make me. The only thing I like about the French is that they're not in America. That's my favorite thing about them. I like the fact that there's an ocean between us.
So that's
honestly
it right now for the roster moves.
I really liked that French crowd, though. I can't even lie. I really enjoyed it.
They always make the events more better.
Yeah, they were great. I
would say when they were the FlyQuest series, oh my God, those people
when they were cheering, I was so happy. They did a good job. And I just, as jokes aside, I do think that I really do enjoy the European crowds a lot more than the NA ones. And it doesn't seem.
How can Fnatic hope to improve if they're keeping Humanoid and Razork and people say, well, they're going to be the second best team. Are they? They look like mad horse track. I mean, yeah, I guess they kind of were the second best team, but it wasn't like there wasn't other teams that could compete with them. BDS did with Lebrov and Ice. and Nook. You had other moments where they could have lost to other teams as well.
Well, no.
So
the Brava's trash though. What'd you say his name?
I mean, at least I hate this man. I hate this man so much. LeBron James. Good Lord. Who else competed with Fnatic? Actually, and Fnatic kind of barely scraped by them too. So
why would anybody want to go back to Korea after they came to it? I went to Korea for 2 weeks. Least favorite place I've ever been to in my life.
You left us for Korea.
I would never. You know what? That was the worst mistake in my life. I would never go back.
Of course, you can't ever get rid of me.
I went to Korea for 2 weeks. I got, oh my goodness. They gave me little scraps of dog meat the entire week.
Maybe Berserker goes to Fnatic.
Nope.
Berserker's a free agent.
You think I think he likes where he's at.
I think he's going back to Korea.
That's a wishful hypothetical.
Speaking of Justin streaming right now.
Who?
Wait, he's not having a job anytime soon. I hope he's doing something.
He said, "Look, his tag is the title is full-time streamer. Maybe not really."
I mean, he got no offers from any team because remember he went from back. He was on Team Liquid. Well, at the time he was on Team Liquid, got off Team Liquid, back to Cloud9, then went to Dig, left Dig, went to FlyQuest, back to Dig. And now, like, there's only so many teams you can circle the drain in before you just are on every single team at this point.
His career's gonna die on Dig.
Nah, and no one goes back to Korea once they leave. He's not going.
My wife asked, "Why is MSK
always?" Technically, PLC went back to Korea.
My wife asked, "Why is MSK always up late and he doesn't have a bed?"
Yeah, why don't you have a bed?
I have a bed.
Oh, you do? My fault.
You're way up late, John's long box. KT is the only good team with an open spot. Yeah, I'm not saying he would go, but if the rumors are true and they have a hyped up rookie academy ADC that they could pay cheap and get a great performance out of that guy, they'll probably just go with that. Keep in mind, Arnold pointed out on that one episode that he was on with Monty and Wolf. These orgs don't make money. Just pointing out here. So if any way they can cut back on some level of paying a good contract that doesn't break the bank for them is what they're going to be going for. You know, so also Chaz is black, so we know that. So is there anything else? Not pretty much it. I just want to let you guys know. The reason why we did the episode today is because we did do it yesterday because Chaz was sick. So do we do an episode on Thursday since we already kind of did it? Well, I guess I'm talking to myself. I guess.
I mean, it's up to you, motherfucker.
Or I guess we do an episode on Thursday. We could do like a small hour episode talking about our thoughts on World so far.
Yeah.
Like a little small mini recap before the semifinals, actually. You know. But I'm saying right now this week, GenG versus T1 is the finals. I don't care what the finals look like. This will have more viewership potential than the finals, essentially.
It won't. The Chinese teams get more viewership.
They do.
The fuck?
That's what I'm saying. By default, they'll have more people.
By default, but not really. If half of the pipe.
Didn't they say FlyQuest and GenG was the highest viewed quarterfinals match ever?
Yeah.
No, they weren't even the biggest this year. The biggest one this year was Top Esports versus SKT.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, huh? It had 1 million more viewers.
Kingo hit damn near 400,000. That shit was crazy.
I
don't watch his content that much anymore. He's all right. I just prefer watching I Will Dominate or Monty.
I don't know what it is. I can't watch
IW. He be hating too much. It's like
my problem with the I Will Dominate. I Will Dominate has the best insight out of pretty much everybody that I watch. Besides arguably Cadril. Cadril is up there too. But those two do. I don't like Cadril's personality, and that's why I watch I Will Dominate. I Will Dominate is a little bit over dramatic sometimes, and I really do think he does crack. But he's really
he
his girlfriend's an OnlyFans model, so he definitely could do crack out of her asshole.
I don't like. He
probably does some perks or something. Like he does perks or some kind of like Adderall or something.
I'm gonna point out, like, I don't hate Cadril. Like, I'll watch his content here and there, but I'm not a huge fanatic of him like all of them are.
Cadril be glazing a little too much, man. Like, my god!
Come on, I Will Dominate was more successful in his pro career than Cadril. I Will Dominate made playoffs.
Well, I Will Dominate
in the world.
So if we just comparatively, if we just do a comparison between careers, I Will Dominate blows Cadril out of the water.
Also, let's not keep in mind, I watched Cadril when he first started. Cadril tried to be a mid laner on H2K, and he was so ass at it, he had to role swap to jungle. Let's not forget that. He couldn't hack it as a mid laner. He never wanted to be a jungler. He was a mid laner first. And he was so ass, they replaced him with fucking Selfie, who was just giga overrated trash most of the time. I'm just pointing out, I would have had a much better career. But Europe looked like shit sometimes when he was not making playoffs.
I said it when Europe was good. I said Europe's not that good of a region. What makes them good is the fact that they pile their best players onto one or two teams and create super teams. If you
that's what the LPL is doing now too. The LPL is doing that.
Yeah, but when the LEC stopped having those super teams, they were not good. And I was like, they're not significantly better than NA all around. They haven't been for a long time.
I also want to point out the Cadril playoff thing. Keep in mind when I mentioned people, the LEC system back then was different. It's the same like it was with LCS and LEC and LPL. Top 6 made playoffs. There were times where he could have made playoffs, and he had just hit that 7th mark. Now you can make playoffs in these 3 split systems by just getting 8th. If the 3 split system existed when he started playing, he would have made playoffs every split of his career because he was usually always like 8th to 7th anyway. So I'm just saying the reason why he didn't make playoffs because there was a completely different system back then how to get into playoffs actually.
Are you talking? Well, you're talking about Cadril, right?
Yeah, it was much more harder to make playoffs when he was
Cadril was never. It just not in general. I'm not even being generous. I Will Dominate comparatively from his era was just a better jungler.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying as far as like making playoffs was harder for him given the system they had. It's easier to make playoffs now.
Well,
with the LEC.
I Will Dominate legitimately was arguably the best jungler in NA for like 4 seasons.
I can't believe that team didn't work. And keep in mind, I Will Dominate was 1 playoff series away from going to Worlds in 2015. He had a chance. He played in big stages,
and it was never his fault. Never his fault.
Yeah, I blame it on Piglet.
Don't ever blame Piglet in front of me again. Don't
Chaz, ever. You deal with this man. That's your man.
Piglet is my.
I wasn't watching back then.
Piglet is my favorite player of all time, and it's because it's crazy for me to say.
I introduced him to Piglet when we were there. I was like, talk to him. He was like, I don't know who this white guy is. Who the fuck is
picture with Piglet? But Piglet was my favorite player of all time. I think I've said that many times.
As far as I've gone back watching the league is 2018.
Yeah, this was.
I don't know. 2016.
I think this is 20.
That was 2015. Yeah.
2015.
You go back and watch the game from back then. Isn't it such a deja? Like it's such a blur. It was almost different back then.
It was. Season 5 is where it all changed into a better version.
Season 5 was what year?
This is an unpopular opinion I have that a lot of people probably have too. When Riot implemented the Rift Herald, that inherently caused more teams to fight right then and there. It means that at 10 minutes in, you have to go get an objective if you want to get that advantage.
Well, what really changed it was turret plates.
That was first. But I'm saying the implication of the
big thing.
I'm saying the implication of the Rift Herald was another big thing right there too.
Well, I mean, Rift Herald wasn't that big a deal because I do think it came before tower plates.
Was it after? No,
believe it came first. But one big thing about it is that it only used to have 1 charge.
It's only 1 pump like me?
Yeah, you would essentially, you could drop it and people could stop you from doing it. Well, people could interrupt it.
I'm going to go play League after this with these cloud chasing fucks. So my only day off is tomorrow because I have to work the entire week. I don't get another day off until next Tuesday. So I'm going to get bent over, fisted, railed, all that stuff, honestly. Can't wait to get my asshole dug out. Just love it. Love every moment of it, honestly.
Bring lube.
James, can you start the process, please? Yes.
Yeah, I'll be right over, Chaz.
What? No, you go over there. Yeah, you go to MSK's.
Nah, we can warm each other up.
He said in Korea.
What is wrong with you, James?
You said in Korea you yelled at an older dude.
I did.
No.
I did. He pushed me on
Carl to come over and broke the strap on for you about that.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't want that.
You know what,
I need my cheeks clapped, Carla. Come over and pound my booty hole.
I want you to tell her that. Call her right now and tell her that. I'll stream.
I can't call. I only can do it on stream. That sounds kind of gay.
No, nigga, do it on stream. You ain't got no balls.
I called her on stream before to ask her what it tastes like.
No, tell her that you want her to get the strap on and clap them cheeks.
What you gonna do if she says yes? What if she says I'm on my way?
Open up.
Yo!
Just
what you
open
gonna
up.
do?
Just open up. Just take it in. Breathe. Tell her to. He says, "I will call her. Tell her to DM me."
I'll definitely call her. I mean, hey, call do you want to come over and clap MSK's cheeks?
I was saying, hey, as long as she can thrust in me and make me come through my anus and blow me out.
Hey, yo, she was well, nigga.
My man.
I'm just saying, I'm not gay at all. I have sex with women, but hats off.
She about to fuck you like one of them niggas in jail. Like she gonna get you, man.
She gonna make you bite the pillow. That's crazy. She's trying to be a. That's
hey man, it's not gay. Okay. Technically, it's not gay unless she comes on my face. Are we in agreement with that one?
I don't think she's gonna come. That's the big problem here.
I can easily make a girl blow her load. It's easy. It's easy to move your tongue up and down and inside them and suck on a clit, like just all the way on.
You know where the clit is. You know where the clit is.
Yeah, right. It's like flicking a
somewhere on the lower half.
Nope.
I think it's somewhere down there.
Nope.
I'm just pointing out. It's you just suck on it and you rub it and women just lose it. I'm just a sex riz master. It's what I have.
Riz master.
Savage Dad says MSK ain't got no riz. MSK wants to smash that Bud Light model. Oh shit. James, can we hire someone for MSK to unleash his desires? MSK made his normal Monday night appearance. MSK thinks the clit is by the butthole. They have a pussy from the back, right? That's somewhat like it, I guess.
My problem is, what have you done to WZ? This man is it's like your rabies has infected him. I'd be looking over in chat sometimes, and WZ be like, literally destroy my anus, and I'm like, WZ, stop it. What happened to you?
Because he'd be like, yo, WZ, take a cold shower and then take a lap.
Yeah, I saw him talking about scrambling his butt one time, and I was like, is that MSK in chat?
I was like, yeah, MSK, take a lap.
I've never said that. Oh, actually, let me see. I can't highlight the.
Oh, you said back in the day?
No, literally today.
You said earlier in the chat. Oh,
I can't even.
Oh my goodness. I think he says I'm a sick man.
No.
Okay, we know that. He was calling you pregnant early on. He wanted you to get pregnant by Chaz.
He said some stuff. I don't remember what he said.
James is aggressive tonight. Him and Chaz must have had a fight.
No, he said it's booty digging time. What is wrong?
I think I see it. Give me one sec. I think I'll find it. Oh, it's right here.
I was looked over. I was like, what in the world?
It's not Morbin time. It's booty digging time.
I was trying to figure it out.
God, that's WT. You're just so fucking gay.
How you about to say that? I feel like he copied those words from you.
He said, "Show me the receipts." You guys are gaslighting weirdos.
Like,
it's in the chat.
You've infected your chat.
How was James handling MSK anymore? It's true.
I've never.
Drugs and Adderall. James on a shit ton of Adderall.
Oh, you already know that part.
I never knew he took Adderall until he's like, yeah, I just can't sleep properly. Okay.
No, that's not what Adderall's for. That's
no Adderall's to make you more mellow out, right? Make you more calm.
It's for concentrating.
It's concentrating. That's what they say.
Originally, people took it to be more mellowed out, right?
No, you're talking about that Suvivivacine.
Wrong one. Yeah, you're right. That's
it's because
I remember Yu-Gi-Oh players take Adderall sometimes.
Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon players. There's a shit ton of Pokemon players. I realized that.
What's the one that makes you less calm? Like makes you more calm and mellow out? Which was that one?
It was Vivacine. That's what the new medicine for people with a diagnosed with ADHD is.
Ooh, James heading back to Vegas in April with him. Yeah, we're gonna go back to next year coming up. Yeah, for sure. Why would I? It's my only vacation time, so I would definitely go. Or are you turning him over to Iron?
Last party I went to, the one in San Diego, was a lot less fun than the one in what's it called?
Oh, it was only a 1 day thing. It was only a 1 night thing. So.
Yeah, I was expecting a little because it was fun talking to people. I talked to a bunch of people in that party, but I just didn't know anybody, and they kept.
I had sex with that bartender.
It's just like they kept handing me cards. They were like, "Hey, by the way, this is my YouTube channel." I was like,
I brought that girl home, and she rode my face, and I think her cum just leaked in my mouth.
Really? Because you know, I swear, I walked you home. I didn't see that happen.
You know,
I didn't see her in there.
I was going back to Lennon and Carlos' room. He's like, dude, stop trying to have sex with him. He was cunt blocking.
I did say that. I said those exact words.
Okay, okay. Say if I was there, would you try to stop me from having sex with
if they didn't seem like they wanted to? Yes, I would say, hey, you shouldn't do that.
Lennon was smiling and Carla was smiling.
No. That doesn't mean shit. A woman can give you all the hints. It does not want to fuck. Trust me. I've got blue balls.
We were
like
wrestling before I went to James, and she wanted me to rail her right then and there.
Words and actions. Was he trying to lead you to fuck her? Or was he
they were not.
Oh my god!
No, I'm being honest with you.
No, MSK. I'm telling you why. Because I had a girl say, "Oh fuck the dog shit out of me," right? But as soon as he got to the action, she was too nervous. I walked out. I was like, "Nope, not catching the case. Nope."
James,
you sure you don't want to have sex? All right, cool. All right, peace.
I think Iron and Selena said you got a little too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that's the amount everybody should get. I wasn't like hammered. I was just having fun. I was having fun.
Okay. Honestly, out of all the ladies, did MSK have a chance with any of the ladies out there?
One. There actually was one. It was an older white lady that she actually was willing to talk to and was relatively interested in. But he got nervous when he talked to her.
I crumbled.
Damn it.
I was saying the girls that I did talk to, I wasn't there. I wasn't going there to date, obviously.
That girl, that bartender was all over me too. That one.
No, the one that
I had them both.
The one that liked you more was the one with the black hair. The younger one. That younger one had a fat ass. Oh my god!
That blonde
one. Her fucking whole camel toe when she bent over. I was like, just wow. Holy shit. God damn, just had me in check mode.
Yeah,
when that older bartender bent over, my whole eye mode was. I was like,
I want to know what it was. What's the girl that
Professor Savage right? You gotta get those 40, 50-year-old.
The reason that girl that woman was interested in you is because she was fetishizing. I saw her talk over to the married black man. He told her he was married, and then she went over to you. And I was like, she's just looking for.
No. She told me I like BBC.
That's what she said. Yeah, she was so interested. Yeah, she was definitely interested.
She wanted to get railed. I have her card. I still have it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The difference between you and I would have fucked her in the bathroom. I would have even brought her back to the hotel. She would have got fucked at her break.
So that wasn't the one that I wanted.
Oh, 15 minutes? All right, cool.
I wanted the older white lady behind the bar counter.
You didn't have a chance with that.
I had a chance.
You should have just walked up with me. I talked to her for like maybe an hour that night.
Oh God, man! Sure. I wanted the other one, the one that you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the blonde one.
Yeah, the one that was next to me, you and Jericho, right? That one.
What are you talking about? You're talking about the bartender.
We had two of them. Yeah, there was
the mega hot one. I had no both of them. Both of them talked to me all night.
Really? I don't know. I had no chance with her.
Entire night.
I'm talking about the other one where we got the second.
And it's not even like what's up.
The one where we got the third round of pizza. Remember that one? It was the brunette one.
I'm aware of which one it is.
The one that said, hey, I want to get railed by you, MSK. I think your dick is very big and I want it deep inside my pink pussy.
I'm just saying, if you come up with me, if you come up with me, I'm not nervous to talk to people. Just walk up with me and I'll introduce you. That's what I did with a lot of people that night. I grabbed people and brought them over to our table.
Go to a bar and grab Chaz and he might just punch you in the face.
Well, I'm not going to force Chaz. Chaz, first of all, he's not going to even, I'm probably can't even move Chaz. Second of all, I don't
grab fat.
people. I'm a big
motherfucker, man. I'm not like what you talking
about. I'm just saying he's bigger than me, so I'm not gonna move him too well. But
bigger.
I'm just saying. I go talk to people see if they're interested, and I bring them like that one guy I brought over to our table and gave him our pizza.
I'm telling you right now, that one that was trying to fuck you, trust me, I would be like, okay.
You would have had a chance there, Chaz.
No, I would be like, when you break. Oh, I have a break in about 30 minutes. All right, cool. I'll meet you then. Boom,
yeah.
Right there. Fuck around.
So the one that I wanted. So there was a brunette and there was a blonde. The blonde one that was really hot behind the counter.
Who was cuter, the blonde or the brunette?
Oh no, the blonde was definitely cuter.
The blonde was cuter.
The brunette ran down as fuck. Honestly,
that's ridiculous.
No, okay. Okay. I like brunettes more than blondes. And I don't know. It's.
So I'll explain to you.
If I showed you a side-by-side comparison of them, you're choosing the bartender behind the counter.
The bartender behind
Too
the
bad
first
you
of
ain't
all,
got pictures.
she wasn't that good.
I'm just saying, if you're going off older women standards, you're going to go.
She was like in her 30s at the most.
What?
She's not older.
Oh my goodness.
Just too bad.
She looked like she's been ran through a lot of times.
Too bad you don't got these ladies' names to see on Facebook or Instagram. Because trust me, if you would have got the Instagram, if you would have got some kind of contact information, I'll be able to see who the fuck you're talking about, and then judge for myself.
Why am I Diddy? Why you give me this third time you guys call me Diddy?
What? No, first of all, WD, you even try to do that, I will murk you right in the street. You even try to do that shit, I will murk you right in the street. Just
you see, I would love.
Chaz falls asleep on whim. That tranquilizer ain't working.
I will tell you right now, it depends on what the trick is, because I've been tricked before. That shit ain't work. I'm telling you right now, if that shit don't knock me out, I will air out the motherfucking place. It will be GTA San Andreas up in this bitch. Don't forget, Las Vegas is in San Andreas. People tend to forget that. Like I will turn this bitch into 1996.
Chaz,
and you know what happened in 1996, right?
Chaz knows how to handle them.
Yeah, it's the greatest year of all time. The gifts the world was given a great present that year.
They just want it on the scene or behind the bar so they can go back to their friends.
No. I was talking about Las Vegas 1996. You know what happened that year? Somebody
I just want to point out that not the bartender, the blonde one that looked good. The other girl that was working beside her looked great.
I'm aware. She came later.
Too bad you got no fucking pictures. You got no contact. You ain't got no.
Tiny and her mom walked up to me, and Tiny was hitting on me repeatedly, touching my shoulder, grabbing my thigh. What can I do?
For Tiny. Every time I see Tiny, I'm just out of my mind.
I'm not gonna lie. Like 2015, me might have hit on her because I was at 2015. Chaz would have fucked any piece of female ass that was legal. Like,
hey, what you say?
2015, Chaz. Like I was fucking fat bitches. Like I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm just like Tiny was there hitting on me. Her mom was nice to talk to, but obviously I'm not interested in her mom.
I always feel bad.
I probably would have went for Tiny and the mom, depending
every time I see
horny
Tiny.
I was. I'll tell you right now, horny child would be like, okay.
Her mom is 73.
Okay.
Every time I see,
that's out of my range because I don't go past 59. That's out of my range.
I'm just saying, Tiny walked up to me and we were talking for a minute, but it was a great time. Her ass was good.
James can get tranquilizers easily. Who said I can get tranquilizers?
First of all, I'll blow the biggest nut in Kamala Harris's face. Just bop. Just
honestly though,
this is to save America.
For her age.
Who?
I'm just saying. Kamala Harris for her age.
Oh no, she dated a fat cock.
I'm not trying to no policies, no nothing. I would be into it.
All right, so Chaz, anything you got planned coming up? On the audience know about?
Can't even talk about her.
What's up? No, Professor. We know Willie Brown said she was a throat gun. We know about Carlos head game.
She was in the hip hop industry in like the 90s, dude.
Yeah,
you already know.
She was down with OPP. You know me? Yeah, you about to know this. Once I get enough energy, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still like I'm at like 60%. I'm not gonna lie. Like plus my voice is getting better. That's me. Once I get that, I had videos coming out. Just because I try to record a video, man, my shit just sound shit. That's me. Once that all works. We'll have more content coming up. Yeah. Oh no, she will take the chrome off the trailer hedge.
Oh, I've had some road goats before. Yeah.
No, Professor, man, she might suck the white off the White House.
James can get tranquilizers easily. Oh my god!
You guys treat me like I'm a zookeeper. Where am I getting tranquilizers from?
No, WD. That's why I took last night off. I'm not gonna lie. I was half past 10 last night. I couldn't fucking move. Like
so, I'll try and see if we have a reason to do the show coming up on Thursday because obviously I'm working an extra day. I'm working an extra day this week, so potentially if we could just do the show the Sunday coming up, we recap the semifinals. We just do that because unless there's some big offseason news to talk about, we mostly covered everything right now. And this is what I told people earlier. The reason why you're getting more episodes now is because when the season's over and all the teams are tallied up, once we do our World's recap episode that we usually do, once you talk about that, it's season's over. You kind of just have to wait to get new episodes until the season starts. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably just going to go play League after this because I got nothing else to do for right now, unless James wants to go get food.
I might play 1 or 2 games.
Do you want me to pick you up and get you some food? Is that what you want?
Do I have food in here? I have Slim Jims and I have Kickstart.
2 things that would kill you.
I had chili cheese fries earlier.
Damn. Do you ever eat a salad? Do you ever eat anything green?
Salads are for gay people. What the hell? Are you a woman? Losing weight?
Nigga, ain't you gay talking about you want to get cock in the butt for my car?
No.
Girl, you want to clap your cheeks. Clap your cheeks, nigga.
Hey, I'm trying to back it up on that shit too. I'm trying to ride it.
Dude, you're a freak.
and then you over here saying salad's gay. Okay, nigga. Okay.
Only fat people and fat white women losing weight eat salad. Just pointing it out.
Guess what? Guess who tosses the best salad? Fat white women. So I just get the tongue all of that. I'm telling you right now, those 2 freaking white women would have ate your ass if you asked them. I'm telling you this right now.
When I was younger, I thought older women were pretty repulsive, but now they're getting older, I just don't care anymore.
Because you're older.
Because you'll take what you can get at this point.
Yeah, no, maybe.
It's like going to Old Navy and trying to get the best clothes and realize I need to go to clearance. Take whatever's on the rack.
Yeah.
You said buying clearance clothes are good.
It is
clearance
good.
Clothes is good if it fits you. The issue is sometimes the clearance clothes just ain't it. Is you gotta find shit that's for you. Cause there's too many motherfuckers who their 40 trying to act like nigga. There's motherfuckers who are in their mid to late 30s, early 40s trying to act like it's 2005. Nigga, you can't be out here wearing 5X white tees. Nigga, this ain't 2005.
No frosted tips.
You can't be sitting sideways in your car. Your whole back would be misaligned. Like you can't.
I'm gonna edit Jazz saying "clap them cheeks," but towards James.
Of course, he are.
Hey, Jazz, what do you feel about that though?
No,
right.
The only cheeks I'm trying to clap is Letters and this new girl who no. There's this girl I might actually try to make a move for. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Yeah. You remember I told you about the girl, right?
I do remember this. I already know who you're talking. The younger sister, old sister.
Yeah, you remember I thought it was the younger sister that was trying with me.
It was the.
It turned out she was, but she
passing you on.
No, it's the other way around. She's passed me to her older sister. She thought I was younger than I was. She thought I was born in like 93, 94. What she realized, because she asked me this very simple question. I forgot. It's like, what year did you graduate high school? 2009. And her face lit up. I was like, is this girl the older guy? And I realized, because I didn't realize, I got to a car accident literally that day before. Because she invited me to her birthday party of her sister. I got to a car accident the day before. And because I was out of work for like a week. I didn't realize she was trying to hook me up with her sister. Her sister's pretty cute. It's people say I'm picky. I'm picky about girls who I fuck. Like, the reason why I say I don't go for black girls from where I'm at, because half of them, if a girl said I was born in my hometown from this year to this year, I automatically say no. Because the reason is, my family is a bunch of hoes on my dad's side. My dad's side is a bunch of hoes. I don't know who the fuck I'm related to. I'm starting to find out I'm related to a lot of people who I could have.
Got a lot of those in your family, Chaz?
What?
What you were talking about? You said you got a lot. Yeah, that's what you got a lot of those in your family.
I'm starting to realize okay. I don't think
I'm just saying.
This is why I don't think black girls from certain part of Connecticut.
They're just repulsive and over aggressive and cringe. But,
I mean, definitely the older.
What in the world?
No, he's not wrong about the over.
That's not what I'm talking. Look at chat.
Okay, probably gonna play some League in a little bit. These are just wilding out here.
What?
You're talking about me kidnapping her because you said too much about her.
Oh my god!
But James, James, one thing I'll say is she's the best fan.
I'm not trying. I don't kidnap anybody.
No. I'm just saying. You're a Dodgers fan. I'm a Yankees fan. She's the best fan. I remember she was like, "Oh my god."
Oh, she's a Mets fan.
Yeah, I was like,
"Oh, she would hate me right now."
Oh yeah, no, she would hate you. She hates me because I'm a Yankees fan. I was like, "Why you hate me? I wanted to go to 7 games of the World Series. I wanted to go to Shea Stadium or not Shea. I keep calling it Shea Stadium. City Field. You pay. I'll pay when we go to Yankee Stadium." I was like, why do I have to pay? Because you're asking me on a date. You're paying. I was like, it's not going to be what I'm not paying for 7 straight games. I'll be broke.
Nah, I don't be doing nothing in Korea no more, Savage Dad. Anything Korea related, I'm just angry.
I am not flying out to LA to watch game 1. Game 1's in LA, right?
Yeah.
Or in New York. Because it goes by what? Record or are they still doing that?
What's up? It's going by record. So overall goes by record. So Dodgers will be number 1, I believe.
Okay.
And then it goes.
Game 1 and 2 is LA. 3, 4, 5 is New York. In New York, okay. That's the Yankees gonna have to win it in 5 then. Because if it goes back to 6, that's gonna be tough. But yeah. Her and her sister are best friends. I'm a Yankees fan. It's just crazy.
I just want to point out that if you look at Law Esports' Twitter account, when they were posting like small little clips of the crowd going insane, oh my god. When he got that quadra kill when GenG ran into them.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
I'm glad Whipple was crying after the series. He played like shit in most of the games. Oh, you better cry, you little fat bitch.
No, because he even said it there was plays where I felt like if I'd done better, we could have went to semis. I'm like, no shit. him and Quad were the worst people on that team. Busio at times looked better than Lehez in game 1 and 3.
Busio.
Yeah, he was boosted up. He was boosted up the team 1 and 3, and he was boosted games.
Yeah, people are gonna praise. People are gonna praise Masu. Like people are gonna praise Masu for how well he popped off, but there were moments in the series he was definitely getting caught out too much.
Oh, you know he was getting caught out doing dumb shit, but Whipple literally cost him. He cost him a game. He actually literally was the reason why they lost.
Yeah,
I would say this real quick. FlyQuest just outside GenG game 1. Game 2 stopped by GenG. Game 3 close, but FlyQuest, are a good team. Game 4 was close. Game 4 is one of those where it was like no. Sorry, Game 4 was the stop. Game 5 was close, or no. One of them was close, and one of them was
Game
a stop.
5 was kind of close until it wasn't. The best. Game
4 was the absolute stop. After this,
once they started team fighting better, was over. They had no chance of getting in.
Yeah, was. But I'm not gonna lie. Like,
also, I was saying Whipple crying just all.
But also, FlyQuest is confident. Yeah, say what? Like
Fiddledicks and Thet.
No, Fiddlesticks made somewhat sense. Somewhat. I'm not saying it was a good pick. I'm saying it made somewhat sense. Set made. I don't know what the fuck that was.
He was cooking, but he was cooking that shit burnt.
He was cooking.
He was cooking some French shit, and that shit stank.
There was a time when I was watching Whipple stream one time. This guy just said something to him, and he's like, "You have AIDS. I'm a fat fuck, and I'm bubbly, and I'm ugly, and retarded, and stupid.
Yeah.
And I let my wife, my girlfriend, butt fuck me with a dildo."
Yep, I believe this will be the first time in 43 years. The last time they played was 1981. None of us was alive.
He had an issue with this. Is how retarded that guy is. He has issues with Adam. He says, "Well, I scrimmed at him, and you don't have to scrimming him. Other teams pick him up."
See, this is what I don't understand, man. Like, people really do hate the guy. Their wives are always sleeping with guys they hate. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I Me and my wife's boyfriend are best friends. I don't understand how that happens.
Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast.
Yeah, because your wife loves BBC, and I ain't talking about the TV channel.
So James just let me bang out his wife constantly?
Yeah, not you.
Why can't I bang your wife?
Cause I'll bang her.
No, you're not. You coming to me, Chaz. That's my dessert. She ain't having none of it.
What is wrong with you, man?
Oh, shit.
There ain't nothing gay about that, Chaz.
It's like this crowd. This is the crowd we had to hear.
That's gonna be them cheering us on, Chaz.
You know why? Because we got first of all, no. Second thing, because we got silver scrapes. Out of all the series, this is the one I got to 5. It should have been LG versus Weibo.
Yeah, Hollow Life versus BLG should have been game 5.
Should have been
so trash, man.
Even Weibo versus LG, and LG did troll game 4.
See, Savage Dad, now you're getting the league lingo. He imported his wife.
Yeah, James' wife is a Korean import. Yes.
Ain't no Koreans no more, man. I don't like anything from there.
Wait a minute. That's why he was harsher on GenG, because he went to Korea.
I went to Korea. The stupid league town was down, so I didn't get to visit that.
Yeah. Make sure
but you know,
don't get too close to the DMZ though, because if you step over, Dick actually kidnap you and bring it.
I'm glad people lost. He's a fat fucking clown, and I'm glad he lost. Hope he cries. Hope he cries his pillow tonight. Oh my God, his girlfriend. I'm sorry I lost. Oh, can you my cheek?
I still dislike Whipple and Inspired, but I'm glad for the other three.
Whipple is just a fucking weirdo. It's just so weird. I can't do it.
I ain't keeping secret. There's nothing secret. Nothing happens. I went to Korea and I hated it. Nothing secretive happened.
James wants us to forget his time as a Korean.
What is happening with the white kimchi? I've heard that 3 times.
What the fuck?
2 or 3 times.
You need to go to bed, buddy.
He's saying I have a secret.
You have a wife. Go bang your wife or something. What are you doing? If I had a wife, I'm licking her ass every night. I'm tasting her shit.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna want that.
Nah, no.
Are you up? Are you doing the resume thing? Or are you up just reading books or something? I banged her this morning. Okay, all right. Hey.
Okay.
All right. I mean, his dick probably is very big. And we saw him in real life. You know he got at least
stop that. You need to stop that.
I saw what he was packing.
MSK, before we play league, please take a shower, my nigga. Just take a lap. Take a lap around the block.
Take a lap in my house? I'll bang my head.
Take a lap somewhere, man. You was
outside. Those crackheads outside and black people.
Take a lap inside your house. Take a cold shower. Take something, man. You was off.
I saw his bulge. It was 9 inches.
That now.
Nigga, you was off.
He was in the front seat. You couldn't even see it.
Hey, yo.
I finished my training courses. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. So as you guys know, me and Savage Dad's show is going to be on next week. For the next 2 weeks is Tuesdays, and then we'll just put it back to Sunday because he's got to get adjusted to the new work schedule. He said he'll be an hour away from us when he's doing his new work schedule. He said, how far are you guys away from Corona? I'm like, our town in Corona is like an hour away, essentially.
It's
45 minutes to an hour, right?
No, it's more than 45 minutes for sure. Maybe an hour and a half.
So you can see James more than me because James is usually driving out for work more than I am. So you can clap James's cheek, honestly.
Dude, I don't know how much. I'm about to smell like poop when he does that. I don't think you want that.
You could just be James's sugar daddy.
Oh, I'd love that.
All right. Oh God. So,
sugar daddy.
Mr. James, do you have anything to do after this besides trying to suck off my clout?
I don't want to suck out none of your clout, dude.
What do you mean?
It's spoiled. You got spoiled clout.
There's always 1776's clout. Oh wait. Okay.
What the dude. Whatever issue you got with there, man, you gotta squash that shit.
Oh, come on. That was an easy layup right there.
There's no layup. You just inbounded yourself. That's against the rules.
Hey, yeah. Hey, man. I'm shooting offsides basketball.
What in the world?
How you just gonna call it? Because just combine NBA and the football like that. What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. I'm traveling in basketball to make my buckets. All right. She wanted my booty. Ah. All right. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. We will be back for this show. We covered everything. There's no reason to have a show. This starts to come up. Usually we have 2 shows because it allows us to cover a lot of things. But, as the season is finally winding down with Worlds, that means coming up, we'll probably just bring the show back Sunday, 7:30 PST. We'll be able to do the Worlds 2024 semifinals recap. I will say this. Wait, when is the first matchup? Is it on Saturday? Okay, I'll say this. Depending on how I feel that Saturday, we might be able to have an episode then, if we're up for it. If we might be able to have an episode then, because that way we can talk about the first day, because the first day is going to be Weibo versus BLG, which is what we did. So, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe we just do it Saturday after Weibo versus BLG, and then we'll do the one for T versus GenG. That's what I'm thinking about. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys later. Remember, like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Hit the notification bell, comment down below, and we will see you guys later. Have a great night, everybody.